Hello and welcome back to... Wait, did it start right? Well, it's too late now. Hello, welcome back to Kuro Studios Remnant Lunar Archon Session 45. Here we go. Hope you're having a good night tonight or day, wherever you happen to be on the recording side or on the regular Twitch side. Should have a good time tonight. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, let's roll a dice and see who gets to give the recap. Ooh. Jack, would you like to give the recap?
Sure.
Sure.
Long story short, we got with a bunch of, I guess, merchants, traveled down the roads on the way to Delta, came across a knoll bridge.
A null troll bridge.
Then we persuaded them to let us pass without giving up anything. Ventured through, came upon a distressed family. Turns out they are the Asaka family, and Yuri. Is it Yuri? Yuri shows up. Apparently is estranged to them, but her sister is going through nightmares from a grim attack, I guess. So the party split up. Garand and Yuri, or Yori. I'm thinking Yuri on Ice, which is not it, but Yori.
Nope.
Yori needed Garand's assistant to expel the nightmare, while the rest of the party is defending the house.
Yeah, pretty much. Y'all found the town of Delta. It's the middle of a very heavy rain right now, or at least a pretty heavy rain. Bits of storm in the area. Y'all found your way through. You met the Yori family. Quickly, you met the Asaka family, and Yori quickly showed up, seemingly teleporting in from somewhere, and kind of took control of the situation, bringing all along with her before taking Garand into what seems to be Enri, her little sister's dream. Yeah. I think that's everything. We've been through about half the battle so far. Y'all have killed, or at least what seems to be half the battle. Y'all played through a certain amount of it. Y'all have dealt some damage to the Blood Zealot Mantis that has climbed up upon the roof. Y'all have killed one of the Beowulfs. Zapped it with some lightning on the effort of Thicket. You've summoned a Navo who is currently guarding the opposite side of the house from most of y'all. Some of you are on the roof, particularly Doug, the Blood Zealot Mantis. Gambit is flying nearby. Inside, sitting around the table, is Yori, who is putting herself into the dream, seemingly having been delayed. Garand is already inside, who, as he saw on the inside, everything started out normal, but as he moved up through the house, as he moved up the staircase, everything seemed to get larger, as he and the mother Yoko are now going up into the second floor. What would you like to do, Garand?
All right, I guess just bear with me as I try to figure out like my frame of mind at the time, because like that was like super intense, and it was like a perfect cliffhanger, and also I hate you.
But now it's also been a week, so you have to get back in the mindset.
Right. So I'm trying to combat tracker bring it up. There he comes. Okay, finally.
Yeah, so the combat tracker. I'll go ahead and reshare the map for anyone that doesn't have it up. It does look like most of you do. Anyone who ever wants to close and pull up maps later on, you can always go to the combat tracker and double click on your token next to your name on the combat tracker, and it should pull up whatever map you're on. So that is a good way to find yourself if you ever get lost in the machine. Oh, Maverick is around too.
That sounds like a cool band name.
Lost in the Machine. Honestly, I feel like it is. I could be wrong, but I think that is a band name.
Like Andy Dwyer. New band name, I call it.
So she started running a certain direction, and I followed her, and we were going up the stairs, and then it seemed like whatever was trying to warp the house seems more realistic because now it's the right size for a small kid.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that means that she knows where she's going or that we're going the right way. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, if any of this seems familiar to you or otherwise of note, please let me know and I'll do everything I can to help. But otherwise, I'll do everything I can to protect you. Maybe we can find her. What was it? Henry?
Henry. ENRY.
So he's calling out for her also. You know, stay still. Your mother is coming, and you know, we're here to help you and stuff.
As you're going up the staircase, as you follow her, as she is quickly rushing up, you are, and I need to change this music because this is not the right music for this. This is calm, relaxed music. Let's instead go to suspense music, shall we? Or should we go combat? Let's go suspense for.
But suspense music sounds like something bad's gonna happen.
Oh no. As you make your way up, you are feeling hot. As you get up to this hallway, that though the hallway splits off to the right and the left, Yoko immediately takes a right. Following along from behind her, you see as you glance to the left, there is a fire making its way down the hall, which doesn't go as far as the rest of the house should, even with the difference in sizes. Like, you've gotten the indication that this version of the house is different in some different ways, in addition to just the size. Like, some of the rooms, some of the walls aren't there or are there where they weren't otherwise. You see flames coming down the hallway from the left, and as you take a right, as you follow her into the room to the right, both of you open the door to this room, as both of you are hearing the cries of a child. And you hear them call out several words. So scary in the dark. Where did you go, Mommy? Where are you? As you and Yoko open the door into the upper area, you see a child's room with fire from downstairs creeping up along the floorboards, burning toward the left side of the room, and out toward in front of you there is a window and a windowsill that is open, seemingly having been opened, waving in the wind as you can hear rain and storm from outside and see it out the window. Obviously a child's room, different toys here and there, a small bedspread, but no child in sight. What would you like to do? As Yoko begins scrambling around the room.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I guess. Is there somewhere she would hide?
This, as she moves over to the window looking out. This all happened before. And that's your turn.
Is there any chance I can make like an investigation to see if anything?
You see Yoko moving up to the window. Make an investigation check if you like. See if you can notice anything about the room.
Because I mean, I'm a first timer, bro.
I mean, it's a big room. The toys all seem lifelike and soft. You look to where a child would leave their shoes by the bed, and they're not. No shoes. You look. A small coat hanger near the door. The coat has been taken off. And you see a scrap. And with that investigation, you do see a scrap of cloth has been torn off by the hook of the lock mechanism on the window.
Okay. I mean, I guess I will prepare to leap out, I suppose.
All right, as you move toward it, as you and Yoko are both moving toward it, you begin to hear a cracking sound, almost sounding like it's coming from the sky. It's not quite like thunder. It almost feels like glass cracking. That is your turn. Back in the outside, as you all are preparing yourselves, as you all are continuing in this intense moment, you look up, Doug, at this towering mantis-like figure, one claw having crushed around and beginning to break apart the top of the chimney, the other claw having missed you twice before as you've slipped around on top of the roof. That's the word, roof. It turns toward you. It sees the other one. It is going to push off from the chimney and is going to try to attack you with a serrated claw. Okay, it rolled a total of 14, so that first one misses as it brings it down. It comes in more of an arcing motion. You actually manage to bring your sword up, clang against it, that despite the fact that this is an organism, its claws are just as hard as your sword seems to be. It breaks out to the side before releasing the other arm, turning toward you. It swings its right claw toward you, grasps onto you as you're going to take some damage. You take a total of 22 damage, part 14 of it slashing and 8 of it necrotic, as it rolled pretty well.
And that's resisted?
Yes, you did resist the slash. Okay, you took 15 because you did resist the slashing damage down to 7. Okay. I just saw the full roll. So you did resist the slashing damage as its right claw comes around, clasps onto you, and it's actually going to move you forward as it pushes against the roof itself and is now, at this point, standing on the edge and holding you off of the edge of the building. 20 feet up.
Okay.
And let me see. That is its regular multi-attack, so it's also going to, as it does this, it's going to reach down with its face and it's going to try to make a mandible attack. This one misses. As it comes down on you, you bring up your sword, holding it along your arm. You place the flat end along and push it in front of you as the mandibles try and climb around, claw around the edge of the blade as it winces back in pain, hissing at you as the blade seems to have cut it a bit as it tried to bite onto you. That is its turn. Beowulf 21 is going to turn immediately toward Thicket and is going to dash toward him. Is going to, since it's now got a friend within 5 feet, is going to make an attack with advantage because of pack tactics. As it attempts to come down and bite onto you, Thicket. That's a critical hit. This is gonna hurt. And then
To be fair, the last one critical failed.
It's true. The last one did critical fail. That's a total of... Okay, that's actually not bad at all. They rolled really poorly. Total of 17 damage. Still a lot. Still 17 total damage. You did maintain your concentration on your Ball Lightning, as you have taken control of this storm. Let's see, how much did it deal? It dealt a total of 12 piercing and 5 necrotic. And now I'm going to throw a strength saving throw at you. You succeed. You do not fall prone as it bites down on you. That is it. Doug, you are being held aloft.
Wait, am I grappled?
You are.
Can I switch with my echo?
You can, as you swap with your echo reappearing back on the roof, you actually see as you do, its claw clamps down firmer and crushes through the echo.
Okay,
As
so
it
the echo is
turns-
gone.
The echo is
Correct.
gone for the moment until you assuming you probably bring it back, but it would crush through it. Because
Wait,
it was already
so-
squeezing down on you and you were going to take damage. Actually, let me see. Do you take damage at the start of your turn? You technically do, but I'm going to say because you're able to teleport like that, you were able to make the echo take it in this case. I'll allow it this
Okay.
time. Now that it
and
understands,
so
it's not going to let it
it's an
happen.
automatic grapple if it hits me with its claw.
It is.
Ooh, that's nice to know. I will charge at it from behind on my 20 feet. And then I will attempt to make 2 attacks.
Go for it.
Why is it not?
And also, Gambit's on deck.
Okay, this one, the first one. Can I use a... Let's use a hit die, why not?
Yeah, so you use your... I believe it's just once per turn. I don't think it takes a bonus action. You control the metal in your blade and cause it to curve back upward as you slip a little bit going down the edge of this roof. You slide down, it curves a little bit too low, but then you curve it back upward using the magnetism. Roll the d8.
Oh wait, never mind. It's too late, I've already said it.
You have, it's true.
Why is it not rolling?
I don't know.
Did that 7 work? Nope, I guess not.
Oh, didn't see it rolling. Make sure you drop it in the chat. There you go. 4. Let me see what its AC is.
Probably a miss.
It is a miss at the 14. As you bring the sword up to it, it still manages to pull its leg down and actually steps on your blade with one of its legs, holding it down into the wood.
Okay, let's go for a second attack. That'll work.
All right. As it does so, you actually pull back, slide your blade outward, and swing downward toward the leg. Roll the damage.
Nice. Roll well, roll.
That's not great.
Not great, but you do manage to come down. You swing and actually slice off where its foot would be a couple of bends down the appendage as it screams out as you see the black blood-like ichor that oozes out of the stub of its leg. The bit that you'd cut off actually rolls off the edge of the roof before you can see it dissolve.
Okay, as a bonus action, let me just second wind. Wait, is that a bonus action? Yes.
It is. I'd also like you to
Okay.
roll a d6 for me.
I don't like the sound of that.
Don't worry about it.
Why did it not show it? I'll do it again.
Make sure you roll it in the box. 1, okay.
Okay.
And that's your turn. Gambit, you're up. Thicket, you're on deck.
Wait. I can't do a bonus action?
Oh, I thought you already had.
Oh, no, I hadn't clicked it. I thought you told me to roll a d8 for a reason.
Oh, the d8 was to add to your attack roll. Oh, the d6? No, that's a different thing. Don't worry about the d6.
Oh, I see.
Don't worry about the d6. Go ahead and roll your second wind, and while you do that, Gambit. You are currently flying off the edge of the roof with your fancy new wings that you have approximately 59 minutes and 45 seconds with before they have to be recharged for 1d12 hours. Off to your right, you can see 2 Beowulfs attacking Thicket, and Doug is having a on the roof fight in the rain in middle of the night. Very anime protagonist end of season style fight between him and this Blood Razor or Blood Zealot.
Okay, he has a decision to make.
He does.
And the decision that he is going to make is he's gonna yell at Maverick and be like, Maverick, support Doug. I've got to back up thicket. And he is going
yeah, I can
to...
do that. Is what he would say if he was here. Continue.
Maverick's not here? Oh no. Okay, I understand.
If Ethan was
No,
here,
I'm
fine.
proxy.
Yeah, I got you.
Proxy Maverick is here.
Okay, and move up. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You actually have a flying speed of 60 feet if you want to go further.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. That was 30 feet. Okay. Let's see. I gotta look at my where is the
I don't know.
my magic darts? How much damage do they do? I need to
1d4 plus dex. But you also can get
1d4
sneak
plus
attack because Thicket is down there next to these creatures.
Yes, okay, so
Should be listed on your thing.
yeah, I don't see the is that the I don't see the magic ones. Oh wait, no, nope.
Oh, that's because you don't have your you
I
don't have it
my
drawn.
whip.
You currently have the
Okay,
revolver
okay.
and the Yatigan out, but you do have the sling, so we could change this. I'm gonna change the sling to be equipped, but
He
currently
would-
you're holding the
he-
revolver and the Yatigan.
Okay, yeah. He would have pulled out the sling because he knows that the revolver won't hurt the
So are you going to
grip. Yeah.
put up the revolver with your interact with an object and use a bonus action to pull out the sling?
No, I believe I would like to argue that he would have never had the revolver out in the first place because if you go back and listen, I did say that it was a shame that he just got a revolver but no magic bullets. And so he would have had his sling out in the first.
That's valid. I'll allow it.
Because he knows that his magic bullets is going to be one of his few.
I just need to fix your sling because for some reason it's set
Thank
to
you.
strength and not dex for the thrown weapon when it should do the best one automatically. And you said you are using the magical sling bullets, yes?
I'm actually think I'm going to do the Yatigan, so I would fly all the way over.
Oh, so you're gonna fly downward toward them?
Yeah, like smash from the above, like Ike's great ether kind of.
Okay, so are you going to use your bonus action to dash? Because it is with the descension, it is slightly farther than you can go. But if you bonus action dash, you can easily make it the rest of the way and still have like 50 feet of movement
I don't know
left
what
over.
else I'm gonna do with my bonus action, so might as well do that.
As you come down, go ahead and roll the Yatigan. You have a catchphrase like Ike?
Don't, I fight for my friends.
I fight for my friends.
Nat 20, let's go.
All right, I guess you do.
All right, I guess you do fight for your friends. Go ahead and roll damage on the Beowulf. The Yatigan is not magic, so it won't deal full damage, but between a crit and your sneak attack, I think it's probably still going to do a lot.
I gotta do sneak attack, and I'm gonna remember how to do it this time. Affect self. And then
roll.
I'm going to do this, and I'm gonna drag it on there and go waboo.
There you go. Look at all those dice. So many
dice.
Look at those 2
6s.
Total of 38
3
damage.
6s.
Reduced to 19. It still does 19 total damage. Let me see. Was this the beefy one? This is the one that rolled well on hit points. So it still did quite a lot as you smash down, actually cutting into its shoulder, breaking down through several of the bones on its back as it screeches out in pain and roars as it turns around toward you. Doesn't quite kill it, but it does do quite a bit of damage.
Okay.
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, it's
Let's
Thicket.
get him, Thicket.
Maverick, controlled by Chris, is up next, followed by Stockteros.
All right. The big thing in the mantis. That's on the roof right
It
now,
is,
right?
and it's fully obstructed at this point. It is across the house from you, upward at an angle. It's almost as far away, but still being in that, like, connected to the house as it can be from you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna choose to do call lightning on the square right beneath Beowulf 19 and try not to hit me and Gambit.
Okay, so we'll have it hit, like, right here-ish
Yeah.
to avoid y'all as much as possible. Go ahead and select it and then roll the save.
I won't get 21, but
you
oh
also
well.
won't get you or Gambit, so that's that's important.
All right. It's still raining.
Still raining, so you can roll the one that has an extra d10 on it, the 4d10, I think. But you do need to make the save first.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah. Still gets to try and take half. Still gets to try to take half damage. Roll. How are you gonna do? It fails.
Nice.
They do only have a +1 on these. That is a heckin' big 26 damage. Immediately similar to the other one as this strikes down into it. You'll see the flash of light and have to close your eyes for a moment as it strikes into it, turning the creature to ash basically instantly, speeding up its natural decomposition.
Gambit's like, what just happened?
All right. Any bonus action movement from Thicket?
Do I want to? Because it'll get an attack of opportunity if I try and move away.
It's true.
I'm gonna tell Gambit that I'm gonna try that again next time. So try and move away from the Beowulf on his turn. And then just stay where I am, and I'll back up on my next turn.
All right, Maverick. And
Okay, so
Anavos Stockteros, controlled by Thicket, and therefore Mori is up next.
all right, so Gambit suggested go around to go get the thing, right?
That is, Gambit suggested to help Doug with the mantis thing.
All right. So if I go here, let me. There we go. Now I should be able to see him from the edge.
Yep. He is partially standing over.
All right. He's just not the best range.
Doesn't have a lot of
He needs-
range. No.
No, he needs to be.
Needs a cantrip at some point. A ranged cantrip.
Yeah, I need to get him a wand of magic missiles so that way he can just like
Spam them repeatedly.
Yeah.
Just turn his wrist into a
Alright,
Gatling
so-
gun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta keep going because I know it's dealing full damage to him at least.
It is. Alright, 5 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. Alright, I assume he used a first level spell slot then?
Yeah.
Alright. As the bolts continue to
You
shoot
really
up
should
its
get down
strength.
here. You're not doing any kind of real damage. I mean, look at me. I haven't even been hurt.
To be fair, it also hasn't been doing that much to Doug. It's hit him once. And he's back to almost full now, I think. Anavo.
But Maverick's little. He can barely see what's going on the roof. He just knows that there are people up there.
It's true. It's Anavo next, and then we will be back into the dream for a moment. What would Anavo like to do? Maury?
Sorry, I was muted.
You're fine.
Can he even reach the mantis?
Let's see. It is 35 feet, and then he would have to like climb up the building, which, you know,
He has
You said you gave him
50
a
feet
super
of
jump. Does he
movement.
still have super jump?
he could probably athletic super jump his way onto the roof if you'd like.
Does he not have ranged?
No,
No.
not really.
Fire elementals don't have an innate ranged attack, oddly enough.
He has a melee attack, and also he can do damage if he enters someone's space. So, he's gonna try to get to the mantis.
All right, make an athletics check for him.
Fire hug.
Ow.
You have the sheet up. Are you able to still control it?
I have the stats, but it doesn't have like athletics or anything on it.
Okay, in that case, just hit a strength check. So the C next to the strength thing, go ahead and click the C. Okay, so for him, not great. As he steps on the cellar to try and move upward, the cellar door, it appears, isn't quite prepared for the weight, and with whatever rot it's got, and actually cracks underneath him, and he has to take a second to steady himself. So he doesn't quite have enough movement to get up there this turn. He could try to dash if he'd like, or you could have him do something else.
How tall is this being?
Anavo, he's about 8-9 feet tall.
Oh, never mind.
He's gonna try and dash as well, and can we like try and do climbing or something to make him roll dex instead? Because he has better dex.
Well, that was to see if he could jump up without taking the full movement. If he's like taking the dash action, he can definitely take a moment and jump. Like he'd be able to use effectively climbing and take the double movement, so it'd be a total of 40 feet of movement spent, getting him at 10 feet of movement left, and he's back up on, and he's up on the roof.
He's gonna enter the mantis's space. That's all he can do.
All right, I'm gonna overlap him right there for the moment. And let's see, fire form. How exactly do you work? First time it enters a creature's space, so it automatically takes the fire damage and catches fire. Yep, no save. Here you go, Mantis. Take some fire damage. Which should have actually been reduced a bit because of the rain, unfortunately, but it's still damage. As the Mantis is now, as Anavo moves into him, the ash moving around the blood zealot's legs, it actually screams in pain as the this flaming form burns around him, and is going to get the effect of the ongoing fire damage. The blood zealot Mantis is now on fire. All right, that is Anavo's turn. At the top of initiative, I need to do one other thing as well that y'all can't see just yet. All right, at the top of the initiative, that's going to be there. Yoko is going to jump out of the window in front of you.
Okay. I'm back in the dream. Okay.
Yeah, back into the dream. Yoko jumps out from in front of you, out the window, Do you follow?
Yes, I will attempt an acrobatics to avoid fall damage if required.
All right, make an acrobatics. But as you take a leap of faith jumping out the window behind her, it feels like you're looking down 100 feet.
Aw, because
As
she's
you
a kid.
fall, you lose your breath for a moment before landing in a cart of hay that is damp underneath you, but does absorb the damage.
Nice. That's that's
As
adorable.
climbing out of the hay and now beginning a run toward the woods, you see Yoko moving away from you. I know where she is.
Okay.
Follow me.
All right. I'll holler back. What her name was Yoro?
Yoko.
No, but the other daughter, Yori.
Yori.
Yoro. Yori.
Yori.
Okay. Yori, if you can hear us, we've left the house through the window. Because she said she's gonna be right behind us, so I'm hoping that 3 rounds later is
Kind
right
of odd
behind
that you
us.
haven't seen her, actually.
Yes, it is kind of odd.
So you didn't see her struggling with the thing after you went in. As you follow along, moving toward the woods, you hear additional echoes. Did Mommy forget about me? Please don't hurt me. And you can hear Yoko begin to call out, Henry, where are you? I'll never forget about you, darling. As you follow them through the forest. Asuka needs to make another Arcana check.
Oh, where is Claude?
Claude is inside the house. Keeping watch. Best as he knows how. You hear another massive crack sounding like it's coming from the sky, and like glass is shattering. Much more aggressively now. Like before, it was like glass was cracking, and now it feels like it's coming apart. Blood Zealot Mantis is going to take 1 point of fire damage as it turns back from Anavo. It is going to use its right claw and is going to make a right claw attack against Doug with the serrated claw. Going to miss. It is going to then come around again with its other claw, effectively spinning around away from Anavo toward you. Gonna miss twice as it moves away. As it tries twice, as it comes spinning around almost like a windmill motion, or the helicopter blades swiping across. But you pull up your shield at the same time, and they glance off the top of it.
Does the Anavos get a attack of opportunity?
Yes. Yeah, Anavo can make an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, go for it,
As
Maury.
Maury does that, it's going to make a Mandibles attack against Doug.
How do I do that?
That's gonna hit.
Wait,
on the sheet,
Can I use a luck point for a reroll?
you can use the luck point to make it reroll. You should be able to you do have Anavo stats.
I have a fire elemental NPC sheet pulled up.
Let me throw you a Navos sheet specifically. But at the same, when you scroll down to the actions where the touch action is, if you hover over the melee weapon attack +6 to hit, it should glow blue. You can click on it and you can drag it like you would a normal attack. Same thing with the damage.
It's not letting me do anything. Oh, wait. Did I do it?
I don't see it here.
Oh, wait, I think I have to target it.
Maybe that, or drag it right onto the mantis. Let's see if I can
Did
target
that
it.
work?
No, it unfortunately did not. I'll go ahead and roll the attack. Touch attack. Oh, you got it right on time. So the 24, that does hit. In your modifier window, I need you to put -4 and then roll damage. Alright, so it dealt a total of 8 damage as it burns into the blood-cell mantis as it moves away, screaming in pain. As it fails to bite Doug repeatedly. Come on, man. Get up. You gotta up your game. Beowulf 21 is going to look back and forth and is going to go after Thicket with another bite. You are the smaller enemy. Doug, you're on deck. Another Thicket bite. This one without advantage is going to roll a total of 12. This one misses as it tries to bite down on you. You actually step off to the side, slipping out of its way. You grab onto its claw and actually pull it down for a moment, causing it to lose its balance as it moves toward you. And then this creature, movement speed is that. Let's see how far you can get. You hear a rolling sound behind you as you see coming out of the darkness and the woods, effectively turning into a ball, almost like a roly-poly of sorts. You see a different sort of Grim. I need to go ahead and make sure the audience can see up here. Rolling out from the darkness of the woods on the right side of the house, the eastern side. It looks like that of a boar. This fairly large, probably 4 foot tall on its back, from it to its back, boar with this matted black fur, various segments of bone around it, 2 large tusks coming out the front with these red markings, 4 glowing red eyes, and these large gnashed teeth and fangs. Not quite a Dawn fan, but it is rolling around kind of like you would expect a Dawn fan to. Oh, come on. So I will share the image. This, if Thicket wants to make a religion check to see if you know this type of Grim.
He can try. Let me see.
It's worth a shot. Uh, 13, you would know enough to know the name because it's not an uncommon Grim. It is something called a Borbatusk. Yep. I did not come up with the name. It is called a Borbatusk. Borbatusk.
That's a Pokemon style name.
It really is. Doug.
Okay, Doug is just going to attack twice before doing anything else, so let's just attack.
First one does hit. Your +7's really putting in work this fight. You're rolling lots of just barely. First strike does 9 damage as you spin around from it. As you block the 2 attacks through the shield, you swipe upward. You swipe upward with the sword, slicing into it as it steps back for a moment. You bring the second attack downward and a downward strike toward this left claw. Roll damage. The slice comes down, cutting through part of its claw. As the claw hangs limply off to the side, it screams in pain. It is not doing well. It is doing quite poorly, you could say.
Okay, you said it's not doing well.
Yeah, it's doing very poorly.
Like, is it on its last leg?
It's missing one of its legs. Another leg is on fire, and its arm is partially cut off. So I'm gonna say yes. It is very close to having one leg left.
So, would you allow me to run towards it and, like, in an attempt to, like, grapple, or I guess as a bonus action, tackle it onto the ground in front of Maverick? Like, push it?
Are you willing to fall down with it?
I would try to use it to hit the ground before me, but yeah.
All right, then make an athletics check.
Make an athletics check. Okay. An 18?
Dude,
Or
dice were so close on this one. It beat you by 1. It rolled a
wait,
nat
reroll,
20.
reroll.
Oh, you're gonna...
Reroll. Yep.
Are you gonna luck to reroll your own?
Nope, to reroll his.
It's not an attack roll against you.
What?
It's an athletics check to resist your grapple.
Ew.
As you move toward it, you slip down as it, despite the pain it's in, managed to step over you, seemingly almost spinning across the roof as you slide off. Is there anything you'd like to do as you slide off?
Roll. If I can roll.
Try and roll. All right, make an acrobatics check.
And acrobatics.
As you fall the 20 feet down.
Suddenly, Maverick really wishes that he would have had the foresight to have some
Featherfall. Yeah. You always need Featherfall when you never have it. You take a total of 6 points of damage as you fall and land on your back on the ground. You are take 6 points of damage and you are prone.
Okay.
You do not resist it because fall damage doesn't count as bludgeoning, or at least not to me and most DMs, if I'm honest. You do still have movement if you want to stand back up. You have used your action, bonus action, and you'd have like 5 feet of movement left.
Yeah, I'll stand up and then move 5 feet to the right.
All right, I'll go ahead and move you. There you go. It's Gambit's turn. Thicket, you're on deck.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get rid of this beowulf.
Go for it.
Nice.
That hits.
That's the wrong one.
I need
Didn't work.
that.
Wait. Did it work? Did it damage?
You have not rolled the damage.
No. Okay, it did. Okay. Ew. Look at all those tubes and
Well,
blood.
not great.
Gross.
It takes a total of 5 points of damage. Not great.
No.
Oh man.
As you cut down into it.
Mm.
All right. It's your turn. I need you to roll a d6.
Me?
Yep. And then it's Thicket's turn.
I don't want.
And is there anything else you want to do, Gambit?
I don't want.
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the d6, and it's Thicket's turn.
It didn't roll. Okay, fine.
Oh, it did.
It still didn't roll?
It did
okay,
that
no,
time.
it did.
Rolled a 4. Okay. Thicket.
Okay. Let's see. Can I do like anything attack-wise with a bonus action?
I don't
think
know if you
so.
do.
I mean, you do have the sword.
Yeah, but that's not a bonus action. Mm,
You could risk an opportunity attack and then lightning.
but Gambit didn't back up.
It's true, but you could, and then put it
Oh.
between you and it.
That's true. I forgot.
Also,
Dang it,
Maverick
I'm so
is on
sorry.
deck.
I'm so sorry, Thicket.
It's alright. He's trying to decide if he still wants to do it on the Beowulf or the big boar.
It's true. It's the big boar, I believe, is in range of you. Yep, just barely. It's in within your 60-foot radius of you, I think, for targeting. So I think your targeting might actually be like 120 feet right now because you took control of the storm.
Yeah,
Still,
I
it's
think we had
definitely
said
within
that I
range.
could like move it or something because
Yeah.
it's raining right now.
Functionally anywhere you can see right now.
Turning into something with wild shape takes an action, right?
It does.
Dang. Well, Thicket is going to just get out of melee range of the Beowulf and do lightning on the Barbatus. And just kind of like leave the Beowulf with Gambit.
Alright, it is going to make an attack of opportunity at you.
This is fine.
It is going to roll another nat 1. They really can't touch you. As it tries to bite down, you actually just reach up and claw right at its face, slicing along the edge of its mouth as it just looks in confusion at you, the way a dog does when it doesn't realize something was going to fight back. And then I need to roll the save on the Borbatusk.
Right. Target. Open my character sheet. There we go.
It didn't roll the save,
Oh.
and you also didn't target it with the damage.
Well, I thought I did.
You're okay.
Maybe I just untargeted it.
Possible. See,
I
it's
was
really
ahead
easy
of the
to...
game.
Yeah. Oh, it has no bonus to this, and it fails, so go ahead and roll that full damage onto it.
Boom.
Yeah, that's enough. As it's rolling
One
forward, there is the lightning that strikes down onto it, shredding the ground in front of it, leaving a hole as it strikes into the lightning, as its body ragdolls forward for a few rolls before it begins to dissipate.
How is Thicket like targeting this lightning? Is it like finger guns?
How is Thicket moving around when they do this lightning? How does it look?
It's like a rain.
I kind of like to imagine that it's just nothing and people don't know what's happening. It's just lightning is helping with the fight.
All right.
It's very convenient
and
lightning.
I need you to make a perception check. Though your passive is also pretty good, but I feel like active perception check will be more fun in this instance. Okay, and then I need to roll a thing.
So the exact same.
Yeah, same as your passive. God decided you were going to do it. You were going to have an 18. Now we'll see what God decides the stealthing creature is going to have. You see that you can't quite make it out clearly from this instance. To the south, from where the Beowulfs came, you see the rustling among the green among the green wheat and grass. you see rustling at several different points, as well as this fairly tall, probably 7, 8, 9 feet tall, hard to tell, around that range, hulking figure moving through the grass, moving through the field to the south.
All right.
All right, Maverick. And Anava Stockteros is on deck.
All right, this thing is barely still alive.
It's looking real hurt.
Okay. Man, I just don't want to keep wasting these spells on it. When other people could get up there and do it as well.
You could wait.
All right,
It is Anavo's turn next. Anava might be able to take care of it, but it's up to you. That's
Okay,
a gamble you're willing to take.
Does he see? Does Maverick see anything nearby or hear anything nearby that he maybe can? That's coming on the ground that he can maybe.
Perception check.
Cool.
Not currently.
Okay. You know what? Maybe he'll get lucky. He'll chuck a javelin at him.
Yeah, do it. Throw a javelin. I think technically you can throw 2 because he does have extra attack. That hits. Roll damage. I guess he got lucky. I mean, he's still got a +6. It's not bad. Partially resists down to 4. But as you do throw the javelin, it strikes into the back of its carapace and actually goes underneath its longer white bony part and cracks it upward as it screams out in pain. Next one, if you're gonna do 2.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. If he's got the 2, might as well, right? So.
Yeah. I think he technically has 5. The second one, as he smiles and is giddy to himself for a moment as he chuckles, the second one goes wide, flies into the air,
Okay.
disappearing
He doesn't have
into the
anything
darkness.
he doesn't have anything like Doug or anybody, right, to change that?
I don't think so. No luck or anything on his side.
Okay.
All right. Anava.
And and he'll
Yeah.
he's done then, I guess.
Does he want to stay there, or does he want to move around or anything? Sorry, I should have asked before.
I think he basically just isn't sure where to go and what to do, so I think he just wants to kind of cover 2 sides and hope that that's enough to protect, because he's got all this side and he's got the other side, and he hasn't even gone the other ways yet. So I figure.
Fair. All right, Anava. And next up, we'll be going back to the dreams.
So does the mantis take more damage if Anavo enters his space again?
Yeah, because it's the first time on any given turn.
Yeah, he'll do that again.
All right, so I need you to do the -4 into the thing, and then roll the 1d10 fire damage from the fire form ability. As Anavo steps forward, the rain steaming off of him, barely putting out the fire as each step on the wooden roof is charring the roof, but as the fire is quickly put out by the rain. As he moves forward, reaches out to grapple this creature.
I thought I rolled it. Let me try it again.
You added the damage over time. It's the other 1d10 fire damage that you're supposed to add. Alright, so he does reach and grab onto its claws as it gasps in pain and is trying to pull away. Would you like to make 2 touch attacks?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a nat 20. So as Anavo steps forward, grabbing onto its claws, it's screaming out in pain. He releases with his left hand, grabs onto its head where one of its eyes is. As you hear it scream in pain as there is a sizzle as his burning hand grabs onto it. He reaches up, grabs its arm, and then with one large kick, kicks forward, snapping its right arm and head off as the rest of the body falls to the side of the building.
I don't even need to roll damage.
He has 2 health left. You literally, there's no way you don't kill him. Like you could nat one on
Terminated.
both of the damage rolls for the critical hit, and because it's minimum 1 damage, you're still gonna kill him.
No teabagging on the mantis.
Basically, you uber killed it. If you want to, yeah, go ahead and roll damage just to see how much it did
Mhm.
with that critical hit.
Just curious.
Will it
It's-
automatically do it as a critical?
It will. You do still need to do the -4, but
-4. Okay.
if you somehow rolled 1 damage. Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Exceeded his hit points by 12. Yeah, the Blood Zealot is dead as its body is tossed off the side of the building. As he looks down to Doug, and Doug, you swear for a second you see this flaming creature nod at you.
All right, and then Anavo's gonna start heading back towards the other door to keep guard.
All right, so is he still on the roof?
No, because there's no reason for him to be on the roof right now. There's nothing else up here.
All right, so with the 50 feet, he is going to walk over and jump down onto the ground. He's just gonna take the damage, I think. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's just gonna take the fall damage. Yeah, he takes 4 damage. He doesn't care. Funnily enough, as he moves over there, rolling out from the darkness is actually gonna move there. Is another Borbatusk. Oh, I just realized something I missed, but that's fine. No need for that. Not something to worry about. I need to roll a couple of things between the stuff, but Garand, you're going to be up next. Okay, some of them actually rolled good. Right. Yoko is... Actually, as you get into this forest, as you follow Yoko, she seems to be having a hard time keeping up the run. As we hear her whispering to herself. No. I didn't forget about you, darling. As she's somewhat out of breath, running forward. Seemingly, even in the dream, not used to this much exertion, but as much as it's quote-unquote in a dream, it all feels very real to you. What would you like to do?
I guess I want to try to encourage her. I know that a big thing is like the attitude and the emotions and stuff going on. So even though I can't figure out really exactly what's happening otherwise, I feel like it's the best thing that I can do to help. So I'm going to persuasion. Don't worry, I've got you, we've got her, we will find her, you're doing fine, we've got this.
We will.
And I will use that inspiration. Hold on, let me put that in there first.
As you hear, seemingly coming from all in the woods, seemingly from different directions, different voices. Where are you, Mommy? I promise I'll be good, I promise. And then a different voice. Almost sounds like Yoko's. Why would I look for you?
I'm gonna go insight. I get the. I mean, I don't think that that's right. Like that doesn't sound right. It
Roll
sounds like
insight.
someone's trying to trick her now.
As also you hear Yoko's voice coming from the woods, not from her. Why would I look for you? Always second daughter, second best. Can't you do anything right?
Yeah, if I were a coward and I had no abilities and I was absolutely completely worthless, I'd probably choose to pick on children as well. I would completely run away from anybody that could actually do anything to me. It makes sense. You're absolutely right. You're an absolute piece of garbage. I'm trying to trying to like really like taunt whatever this thing is that's trying to clearly.
With that insight, as you look, you can tell obviously there's something weird about this, which you picked up. Because the voices don't sound like they're coming from a specific place. They sound... It's weird. It almost sounds like the way you hear your own thoughts in a dark room. And with the insight, you glance over and you see, especially with once the sound of Yoko's voice begins talking, and it had already started previously, but she has begun to cry. As you move forward, you find yourself at the entrance to this clearing. The rain seems to have stopped. It's dark, and it's cold, and the ground is wet. Ahead of you, you see, curled up on the ground, her face in her knees, Henry. Standing in front of her, bent over in an almost twisted position. You see a form oddly familiar, but also not quite. It's a younger woman, probably 12, 13 maybe. Look, maybe 15? Hard to tell. Looking at her with this pale skin, this long white hair whipped up in the wind, matted. Her white robe. Actually, it wouldn't be white robe, it would be regular common clothes. Browns and grays. Partially torn. Her horns longer than typical. Longer than what you remember. These strands of black coloration, this dark, almost ribbon-like energy coming off of her arms and from her back. You see what looks to be an almost young and feral version of Yori standing next to, almost hovering over Enri. Please don't hurt me. As Enri says this young version of Yori, the neck seems to almost snap up toward you as she dashes forward. I am going to share with you a map.
Ooh, bonus map.
Bonus map. 2 maps in one day. Of this clearing. So I'll put this up here for now. That's good enough. You and Yoko are standing near the edge of. As this young version of Yori seems to dash toward you rapidly, and as it gets about 25 feet toward you, you hear one final smash. As there is a burst of light for a moment that quickly goes back to darkness. As falling down, you see the actual Yori land between you and this feral version, as this feral version is going to make several attacks against her. Bringing up her fingers that seem to have elongated into these claws almost. So
Alright, let me know if any of them
Any
All
of
right.
them.
Well, I guess let me know if. All right. It looks like she's getting multiple attacks.
She is getting 2 attacks, yeah.
Okay. I will disadvantage that one.
Alright. Disadvantage.
Silvery barbs.
That's right. Okay, so the first one, as she brings it up, the silvery energy gathers around her to move her strike. The second one does still hit as she brings the claw up. Yori brings up her arm as the claws slash along her arm, tearing into her kimono a little bit, dealing 8 points of damage. The young version is going to pull up another claw attack. This one also hits, rolling well. As, dealt almost max damage. Not quite, but dealt a good amount of damage. 11 points with that second attack, and 8 with the first, dealing 19 total points of damage to Asuka as Asuka lands between the two of you. Her arm coming up to block the first 2 strikes as the claws strike along her arm, tearing through her kimono a bit, tearing apart the sleeve, but striking against the aura. As you see the adult version of Asuka look down. So this is what I looked like that night. A shame. Ron, you hear a whisper in your ear. Can't make out what it says, but thousands of small voices. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, awesome. I was worried. I was like, oh no, I have to wait more.
No, you've got a turn.
The waitings.
You finally
All the
get a
waiting,
proper
get it.
turn. The narrative
All right.
portion is over. The fight part begins.
No. All right, so, let's go ahead and brine.
All right, you're gonna brine the young feral version of Yori.
It's technically level 2 now. I think we still have it as level 1, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it
All right,
mechanically
and then-
doesn't change anything but how long it lasts.
All right, and then I will move. $30 there. And Eldritch Blast. So the first attack is having advantage. Oh, it didn't. I thought it was on her. I'm sorry.
No worries. It hits.
Okay.
Deals 16 points of damage. Are you going to knock back the young Yori?
No, I think this is like she's going to want to hold her back, so I'm actually going to start trying to slowly interpose myself between the kid and her, so I want to keep her right there, kind of locked up.
All right, are you going to make a second Eldritch Blast?
Oops. Yes, I will.
All right, deals another 12 points of damage as it strikes into her as she gasps and looks toward you. As you do see, these strikes are actually properly striking her, burning into her shoulder and part of her arm, as it doesn't appear that this version is using any sort of aura, at least not in the dream.
Okay. Look, it's so nice of you to come and show yourself, we appreciate that. Don't worry, this will be over soon, and you can go back to your little dusty ways. And he's done.
Asuka looks up. This isn't the nightmare. Merely a phantom. Mother, get Henry. Durant, get prepared. The nightmare will show up any moment. As she draws her long blade Ooh, I wondered if I'd get a chance to kill you, even in a dream. As the mask on Yori's shoulder lights up. Interesting, a nightmare? It's been a long time since we've gotten to deal with one of these. Remember, Garand, she looks over. Do not let it strike your heart. And then she's going to make several attacks of her own against the young version of herself. She's also going to go ahead and make sure she's got her rage going. Why does rage not have an auto thing? There may be a chance the effect is already on her. No. But as you do see, as she does draw out her blade, seemingly from when she broke in, she has begun to change. Her own horns have begun to grow longer like that of the feral version, with these similar dark tendrils of almost a scarf-like energy drifting around her. But where it looks feral on the younger version, looks controlled and almost elegant on the adult. Let's see. Resist. Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. DMG, 4. I think it is 4. Is that how much damage she gets from rage, or is it 3? It's 3. And I don't think she's going to need the strength stuff right now, so we'll just leave it at that, as long as those are procced. As she draws the blade, begins her own range, she is going to bring her Akuma no Ikari down upon herself. But as she steps forward, you see a slight hesitation as she brings the sword down. A sort of a sad, almost despondent, mournful look in her eyes as the first strike strikes into the dirt as the feral version moves to the side. She takes a breath and brings another upward slice that strikes true. Going to deal damage. It deals a total of 35 points of damage, reduced down to 25, as this version of Yori, as the younger version, does resist 10 of the 20 points of poison damage the attack deals. As the first strike strikes down, very much hurting this younger version of Yori, as she cuts into her shoulder before pulling the blade out. With a stern but sad look on her face. Jackie the Jackal is sitting at your feet, looking kind of sad and concerned. Back to the people in the real world. Thicket. You see movement in the grass as there is a leaping figure as the first of what seem to be several Beowulfs comes from the darkness and jumps onto the fence as it lands onto the fence post nearby, having used its full dash movement to get all the way up toward you. Beowulf 21 is the one that is going to turn and strike toward Gambit. Making sure that it loaded properly. There we go. It did.
Is it a area of attack?
An area of effect? No, it's making a proper attack, a regular rolled
Target.
attack. Yeah, I don't know if you have the I don't remember what it is. Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. I've got that now, so
that's what you can
ready
use.
To hear that a lot.
Yeah, so you're gonna half the damage from this attack then if it hits. Because it does.
Is it an area of effect? Because
so
I think it
that's
only
evasion.
applies there.
Evasion is what you get at level 7 that makes Dex damage half, I believe. I think it's level 7, unless you have evasion already. But uncanny dodge is when you are hit by an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by half.
How many times can you use it? Is it like
I think it's your reaction.
Oh, it's my reaction? Okay, cool.
You can pull it up on your sheet to make sure.
I would love to.
And if you want to glance at it in between turns.
Let me look at it.
Also, next up will be Doug. Let's see. Where is the tag
You
for?
use your reaction to have the damage. Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't say anything about cost other than this mere reaction.
Yep. All right. Use your reaction to have the damage. I'm going to click half on my side and roll damage onto you. It does successfully hit as it bites toward you. It deals 12 damage, reduced to 6, as it bites on as you pull up your arm and use your aura to block it back, pushing it off of you. And that is its attack. There is another Beowulf that is making its way out of the woods, or out of the grassy area.
Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? Are we out of
Leaping
the woods?
over and crashing through the fence. The fence that's separating y'all from the road. Doug. There's a Borbatusk off to the side, and you are still seeing bits of lightning and such strike on the opposite side of the house. Jack, are you good? Jack? Doug?
Are you muted?
It says you're muted on our side in case you're not on your side.
Okay, that would be why.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doug is going to look at Maverick and say, "Hey, use these," and is going to toss a bow and 10 arrows his way as he runs in the opposite direction towards the boar. Or Tusk, whatever.
Yep. Call
Um,
it a boar if you want. Nobody cares that much. If someone does,
Well, I mean,
they
he-
should relax.
yeah, Doug doesn't know what it is, so he just sees something.
It's a grim
Um,
that needs to die.
So as he tosses one bow on the ground with some 10 arrows for Maverick, as he runs the 30 feet, he is going to get out his other bow and attempt to shoot.
All right, as you step up to the gate, pulling your arm over it, pulling the arrow back with your longbow,
Correct. Now,
which actually are you choosing to drop the sword that you had? Because sheathing takes an interaction and pulling a weapon out takes an interaction.
well, you know what? Doug hasn't used his magic yet from his sword. So, no, he's not going to drop and shoot. He is going to. I know rage does not count because it's not melee, correct?
Yes, but also you can't cast spells when you're raging.
Well, I think I can use a bonus action to cancel the rage, right?
No, let's find out.
Let's see, where's it at? Rage.
Could be listed in the abilities.
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, as a bonus
Yeah,
action.
you can end it as a bonus action. So you could bonus action and regain peace of mind for a moment and then make the spell whatever you're choosing to use. Which spell are you using?
Wait, rage is a concentration, so would I have to drop it to cast a spell?
Rage is not concentration, but rage does have the caveat that you cannot cast spells while you are raging, even if it's from an
Okay.
item.
Well, let's see. If I use Dawn, would a Navo like get his full strength back because it's not raining on him?
Dawn would produce light, but it wouldn't stop the rain.
Oh. Well, I mean that's really the only thing that I have per se.
From range. You could probably interaction if you have a hand axe or a javelin or something. Pull one of those out and throw it, because you can.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just one hand the sword for a moment, or I guess like slide that into your hand with your shield. Pull out the dart or dagger or whatever else you have. Throw it and then grab your sword again.
Yeah, I do have.
Most of those
Why
are
does it not have-
2060, so you would have disadvantage on the attack, but you could do it.
Mm,
Also, Gambit, you're up next.
You know what? Since Dawn is like a thing that I can move around, let's just play around with that a bit because because concentration's up to a minute. I
What's
can
the
move it.
radius?
The the range is 60 feet, and I can. It's a 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. And I can move it up to 60 feet as a bonus action on my turn. So yeah, let's do that. Because how far is the boar from here? From where I am? Like 5, 10.
55 feet.
Yeah, so just enough. So yeah, let's do that.
Trying to keep the circle up, but it keeps deleting itself.
So I just need to roll a save onto it.
Yep.
Hey, Doug's first thing of magic. Let's see how it goes.
Doug's first magic. As he is going to obliterate this poor Borbatusk.
I'm just imagining Doug being like, or Doug just like kind of flicking the weapon, just like, I know you've done this before, like I've seen you do it, but just kind of continue flick.
You like swing it forward for a second, almost in a chopping motion, and then you turn it upside down and point it downward and strike downward a little bit, and then you see the cracks grow along the ground that burn up around it. It just barely succeeds on the save. Go ahead and roll the damage on it, though.
Surprised.
The DC is 15. It barely rolled a 16.
Oh, it says DC is 11.
You should... Weird. Why does this... It says 11. I'll fix that in a minute, but it should be 15. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, it's still enough. Even take... Wow, with the low roll, 20... Well, actually, I think it's pretty average roll, 22. It takes half. It's still enough to... As this strikes the Borbatusk, it bursts in the air as it is blown away. Best, then you just disconnected. Are you good?
So I'm gonna think that Doug did not see it do anything. He just heard the motion, and then because he was trying to figure his sword out, and
Well,
he
there
looks
would
up,
be
he's
a
like,
massive
"Oh,
burst of light that's now glowing in that space.
Oh, great.
Oh, you're back.
Close. Yeah, my computer keeps booting me off of the Wi-Fi for some reason.
That's not good. All
so yeah,
right.
that's Doug's turn."
I will fix the saving throw at some point between turns and such. Probably on break in a couple of minutes, because I figure at the end of this round, there will be a narrative thing, and then we'll take a 10-minute break before we continue. Beowulf 41.
I'm hopping back on to Fantasy Grounds now.
That's good. You are technically up next. Beowulf 41 is going to use its own 80 feet of movement. As you see, this one doesn't making it all the way to the wood as it lands on the stone fence on the opposite side of the road. As there appears to be another pack of Beowulfs heading this direction. This one seeming to have been more, as if the first two had just been the ones that got ahead. Gambit.
I'm coming!
I believe in you.
Where it's on the combat tracker that we can find the map? Oh, there it is.
On the
yeah.
combat tracker, you double click your character's picture and it should open the map you're on.
Do I get sneak attack?
No, because you do not have an ally
Dang
within
it.
5 feet. But if you can get advantage somehow, then sure. But currently, no.
Can I bonus action kick him in the face over towards Thicket? Then move up and then get sneak it?
No.
No. Dang it.
You also see 3 Beowulfs that are not trying to hide their position running up toward you.
Hey, Thicket. Let's play a little game of cat and mouse.
That's a little
Yeah.
insensitive.
Gambit is going to. Does he have something that explodes? Dang it, would be good to have powder.
Oh, if
Thicket-
only you had some
Thicket
sort
has
of...
an entire barrel of gunpowder.
I know.
Do you want me to get out the entire barrel of gunpowder?
No, not in the rain.
There's also a big burst of light in a 30-foot radius up here. So,
Yeah.
you can see
Okay,
that up there.
Here we go, Thicket. I'm going to get them all in a group, and you're gonna use the lightning, okay?
Okay.
How is he gonna do this? He's gotta figure out how to do it now. He has a plan. He just doesn't have all the pieces. Okay, he's going to disengage.
Okay.
And then he's going to go all the way over here. No. He's gonna go like here. And then he's gonna go from there so he doesn't get attacked. To like... Oh, I guess he can't dash.
You could use your action to dash.
No. Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's gotta use his action to dash.
I guess you aren't going to...
Where is... I can't see the number. That's 40. That's 50. That is not... That's 60. Okay, and then he's gonna be like, over here! Get me over here! Look, I'm out in the open, no allies! And he's trying to get...
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, we're gonna hero point it up. Persuasion. Do well. If you don't do well, I'm going to cry. Okay, not too bad.
They are seeming to turn toward you. All of them.
Let's go!
How high up did you fly during that? Are you just like normal 5 feet up? Or are you on the ground? Or
like 20 feet, kinda.
if you were going to go up...
No, 10, 15 feet.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to move you over a little bit for where you would have been at that point. You see dashing from the side as more grass rustles. There's a Beowulf that comes from behind the Scarecrow, going to get up to you and is going to... With you being 20 feet up is not much can do. It's going to hold its action as it is growling and trying to strike up toward you. Nick, it is your turn. Maverick is on deck.
I forgot I was muted. Can I hold call lightning? Am I able to do that? Hello?
Yeah, You can hold it. It's an action. You can hold an action to do it.
Okay.
Where are you planning to strike it?
So first, is there like anywhere that Thicket might be able to hide?
Look at the map.
Well,
The map is pretty accurate. So where do you think you can hide?
really, I want to like while they're all looking at Gambit, I want to like. Can I still? Okay. Is that a tree to my left or right? Sorry.
That way?
Yeah.
That's a tree.
Can I still reach where Gambit is with Call Lightning from there?
No. Well, yes, because you have 120 feet because of the storm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, while they're all looking at Gambit, I'm gonna try and hide in the tree so that they'll keep going to Gambit.
Okay. There are bushes, so you could try to hide in the bushes because you'd probably have to dash to try and get
Okay,
up
then
into the
yeah, I
tree.
don't want to have to try and climb.
Yeah.
If I can hide in a bush, that's good.
So
Or would it take an action
It'll
to
probably
hide?
take an action to hide. You could get a little bit of cover, make it harder to be seen and focused on, but you wouldn't necessarily be stealthed.
Let's do an action for it because I want to make sure Gambit has enough time to round them up.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check then.
Hero point. That's definitely gonna help.
I mean, hey, +1 can make the can be the difference.
Okay, stealth. Oh, I'm actually a little bit good at it. Never mind.
Well, you are trying to hide there, that's for
Well,
sure.
I'm far away, so. And they're a little bit preoccupied.
I've got a great hiding spot.
Even though I might not necessarily be hidden, they're all still focused on Gambit.
Maverick, what would you like to do? There's lightning, there's bursts of light, there's a fire elemental, a mantis body has just been cast to the ground next to you.
Okay. I guess perception again to see if anything's come in his direction.
Yeah, go ahead and make the perception check.
Woo! Let's go.
Nice. As you look out, you are rather certain there is currently no movement. There may be in effectively a few rounds. There's a chance that something will show up on this side, but you've probably got a few rounds before anything comes up. Because you are not seeing any movement out to probably a couple hundred feet away in the moonlight.
All right.
At least from what you can tell.
See. Does he have?
You're
Okay,
guaranteed
no, he does
like
not
2 or
have
3
the
rounds.
teleport. He does not have the I teleport through the window spells. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well then, he's going to kind of stand guard here, I guess, and he's going to holler in, "Hey, Jackie, yip real loud if there's something coming in on your side." Something coming in right now.
But I love that interaction and that Anavo's turn now. What would Anavo like to do?
Remember, Maverick, you have a bow and 10 arrows.
So
yeah, he's readying. He's readying for when something comes, and that was yeah.
what happened to the? I wasn't paying attention. What happened to the
Borbotus got hit with a 5th level divine spell called Dawn. The same thing that Selxandra used to snap y'all's party a little bit at the beginning of that fight.
Okay, well,
the big old yeet web of light in the ground that burst upward.
Anavo is still gonna keep guard where he is. And not set the house on fire.
It is not hiding. It is not trying to. As you see this large hulking figure, very similar to the ones you've you see around you, the various Beowulfs. But where those are probably 6 feet tall, this one is closer to 9 or 10. It's got 4 more bones sticking out of it, these curved, almost spines coming from its back, its long, bony nails, similar red eyes, this like a rib cage surrounding the front of its chest. You see this creature. A
Ugh.
much larger, much more dangerous.
It's the Beowulf evolution.
Kinda? I'm gonna be real kinda. Make a religion check, see if you know what these are.
Me?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess you could as well, because you can kind of see.
No, I'm not
Because
going
you can
to. He
kind of
has
see, but it's...
-1.
Yeah, make a religion check, Gambit. See if you know what these things are.
Is it Beowulf's mom?
It could be a Beowulf's mom. Kind of, not really, because that's not how Grimm are produced, but... I don't know. Big scary Grimm. I think I gave the... Ow. I'll reshare. I want to make sure the audience has time enough to look at it if they want, so I'm just going to reshare that real quick. Big scary wolf boy.
He was a scary wolf boy. He wasn't good enough for her.
He was a scary wolf. That's great. Now I want a full song. Skater boy about the poor
Give me time.
scary wolf boy. Yeah, but its turn as it moves forward. It is, despite the fact that it's lumbering relatively slow, it looks relatively slow. As it leans forward, it seems to burst, have a burst of speed as it moves 50 feet, and is going to make an athletics check to try and jump high enough in the air to strike you.
Oh, Ryukin!
It leaps upward, but it still manages to miss you by a couple of feet as it lands on the opposite side. From doing that, it is going to look upward as you hear a very large growl coming from it. Seems to be building up almost. At the top, Yoko's turn. Yoko, going to dash, is going to move around the feral version. It needs to make sure she moves far enough to the side to not trigger an opportunity attack. Is going to move up to Enri and take the little girl in her arms. Let me see. I'm making sure my timeline's right. Yep, for the age she should be. Enri should be not that old, but it also, she looks like her normal self because of dream logic. As she takes her into her arms and begins to pull her away, they get a few feet. As they move away, you hear the rocks, the big rock mound that Enri was sitting next to shifts, as seemingly coming out of the shadows beneath it. This humongous mass. These various vines whip out to the side, whip openly. As they come outward, you see this one main centerpiece that all these vines seem to trace themselves into, this main body. This somewhat, almost gigantic worm or plant-like head, or this main body that leads up to a head, that it seems the head of this Grimm, unlike most, instead of having a bony structure, let me make sure I've got the thing here. Instead of having a bony structure, it seems to have an almost flower-like opening. These petals around it, and this bright red eye coming from the center as these vines stretch outward, covered in numerous thorns. In this case, it is a huge creature. Purely through the size. It should be... Yeah, it's on the small end for a huge creature, but it's technically a huge creature based on the size. As you see this...
Ah! Oh,
Whoa!
what in the cosmic horror is that?
Wow.
That's the nightmare. Wow.
Yeah, I might as well go ahead and identify the image, because... Yup.
Yeah, there's no way that that's not the nightmare.
Yeah, that's the nightmare. This version is technically not a fully grown version, but they have the same picture either way. But as it comes out, you do hear Yori say, "Be careful. Don't let it strike your heart." Seems to want to hammer that point home, whatever it means. As the tentacles writhe, I'm going to make sure to identify and show the NPC on the map. So you can see where it is as it's come from the rocks. It is Feral Yori's turn. She is going to growl and scream out and make 2 more attacks against the adult Yori. Initiating her... Well, technically she's already had a rage going. Come on, dice. Roll faster than that. Well, the first one comes up. Yori deftly swings the blade along, striking the claws off to the side. The second attack. Come on, dice. You're rolling so slow, but it's also kind of intense for me because I get to see it roll from like 20 to 1 to 8, and it's great. Rolled a 5. So the second one, you see the adult Yori steps off to the side and actually swings her leg around, hitting the ankle of the young Yori as the young Yori leaps forward, tripping the younger girl entirely as she falls down, with Asuka Yori really even seeming to react as this young, angry version of her is screaming out. Let's see, the Nightmare, the Massive Thorny Vines, is going to make... let's see, you should make 2 attacks because of you're a young version. Where is it? There it is. Yes, it should be 2 attacks for this. As this vine comes up, it actually strikes out toward you, Garon. As you see the vines, despite how far away this creature is, it seems to be plenty of space as the vine rockets toward you and rolls a total of 16.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit me no matter what, but I might as well just keep stacking stuff. So, yeah, that's gonna be another silvery barb.
Is that right? That shouldn't be.
Oh, disadvantage.
All right. And who are you giving the advantage to?
I'm gonna give it to myself. I'm pretty sure that Yori's okay, but still,
Okay.
at least
I roll the same, but still, it's a good try. As this vine strikes out toward you, you pull your arms up, manage to keep the brunt of it from striking into you, as it deals a total of 16 points of damage, part of it piercing and part of it necrotic, and it is going to grapple you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, pull up the grapple effect. Come on. No, I want to drag grapple. I don't want to add grapple to the nightmare. Nightmare's not grappled, it's grappling. This is not grappling you. That's that, and it is going to then... Okay, that was 1 attack. It's going to use its other attack. is going to not do damage, but is going to try to grab Enri. It does manage to grab and pull Enri from Yoko's arms. As Enri screams out as she is pulled into the air. That is the Nightmare's turn. Garand.
All right. Do you want to take the break now, or?
Yeah, that's at the Nightmare's turn. Let's make that the break. It is 9:30. We'll take a break. We'll come back at 9:40. Instead of going to the break screen, I'm just going to make the Nightmare picture real big. Whew. I like this session. Lots of fighting, but I do think we'll finish the fight tonight. I don't expect it to take too long, especially now that we've got some momentum.
Yeah, this seems like a huge intro to the second season.
Oh, yeah. Big two-parter episode with, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 enemies? Maybe, wait, I'd forgotten to count the Nightmare, so we might be at 14. Either way, this is going to be a very big XP drop. Because I'm having y'all roll to see how many of different enemies show up in given rounds as they get taken down.
I figured that's what that was when I saw one showed up after I rolled a 1.
Yeah. Technically it was 1d6 plus 1 for the Borbatusks because they're pretty weak. They have an average HP of like 10. But then for the Beowulfs that are slightly stronger, I rolled like, I think I did do a d6 for them and just let it be because I figured y'all are doing fine. Y'all are not. Y'all are doing pretty well so far. Y'all are doing quite well.
Gron is just going to suffer in the Nightmare.
Yep.
He's got Yori with him. Just remember, don't let it strike your heart.
Going to make some popcorn.
Excuse me. Oh, we've got 10 minutes of break. Let's turn down. I love this music. Castlevania music is so good. But go to casual for a couple of minutes.
I finished watching the Nocturne Castlevania season.
The thing is, I know too much about Castlevania now to be able to enjoy Nocturne because I feel annoyed by some of the stuff they chose to do. But I hear the fight scenes are great.
You're talking about the anime?
Yeah.
It is. Story-wise, I guess it's being built up, but like some things did just kind of take a turn I wouldn't have done, but I mean, yeah, it's a good, like, I guess, sequel.
Yeah, and I have enjoyed the fight scenes of Simon getting shared around. Like the blue fire fist is a very neat motif.
Yeah, I do like his like character like creation, in terms of like the backstory and how it plays into his design.
I should add a rage effect to my regular effects list in addition to the weapon effects. Because for some reason rage doesn't like show up correctly on some sheets.
Although, to be honest, I kind of like the side characters better than what's his name?
That's fair. I've heard that happens with a lot of Castlevania stuff.
Now, I will say the main character in like the original Castlevania was my favorite.
Richter? Or are you talking about Simon in
Who?
the first show?
Who?
I'm sorry, not Simon. Trevor. Are you talking about Trevor in the first show? Because I believe Richter was the first actual Belmont named in the games.
It's been so long. I think it was Trevor.
Trevor was definitely the guy at the first show. Richter wasn't mentioned, I don't think. But I do think Richter canonically takes place before Trevor.
Yeah.
But that's also in the game canon. Who knows what they've done, what they're going to do with the show.
But yeah, there was a cool fight scene with Sophia, I think was her name. When she did something with the water and ice shard into like the mouth of a creature.
Oh, Sypha?
Yes.
Yeah, Sypha's fight scenes were very, very cool. The way they use magic and her as a mage are very, very creative. I got extremely lucky with some of the candy I got from yesterday. You know how Starbursts come in those little 2-packs? My favorite color is pink. And I opened 5 straight Starburst packs in a row that just had 2 pinks. It was great. And I just have a stack of pink Starbursts next to my desk. Or on my desk.
Yeah, I would agree. Pinks are the best of the Starburst.
I used to be obsessed with Starburst jelly beans.
I can see that. I also like the Nerds clusters. Really anything Nerds also gets me.
Nerds is pretty good. I like sour things.
Sour is the way to go, man.
They say that genetically Germans are predisposed to sour flavors for some reason. So if you are part German, you fit into that mold.
Irish, but yeah. Potato, starvation.
There may be other ones. I just know that it does apply to Germans.
I don't know. I just know that because of the Irish blood, I've got a higher alcohol tolerance than most people.
I had to stop running D&D about a year or so ago because my toddlers were just taking that too much out of me. I couldn't focus. I couldn't think. I couldn't plan. I just was too tired. But they're starting to get older, and I'm starting to get creative stuff back again, and it's been really neat. So now I have 3 game ideas that I want to run. Not even counting the fact that I still want to play Pokemon one day, the Pokemon TCRPG. But yeah. Have you ever heard of the West Marches?
I have heard of it. I don't know much about it, but I have heard of it.
All right, so basically it's this concept, and other companies have done similar. Pathfinder had one called Kingmaker. But basically the concept is that you're exploring wilderness, dangerous lands. And it just leaves it really open so that if you wanted, you could actually have a lot of players, and you could just schedule different games, and it would it was actually kind of based on how Gary Gygax wanted D&D to be played. I mean, which is weird, right? I mean, he would to kind of pigeonhole it or whatever, but that was kind of his intent.
For it to be kind of a living world with multiple different groups.
Right.
I've heard of people pulling that off before. I think I'd have a very hard time with it, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah. So that's one that I want to do, and my fuel or whatever, my way of working it out is doing randomized Catan tiles.
That's actually really clever. To use Catan to design your world.
Right, and so a buddy of mine got me the very nice, very lovely, very expensive 3D version where everything's all raised up, and it's heavy and the box is huge and all this other junk. But I could take the base game and then put those tiles in a bag, and so you'd randomize the tile, right?
Yeah.
And then what would happen is they would have tiles that they've already opened plus new tiles, whenever it would come time for them to explore and open a new tile. The idea would be they would start out at a port, so whatever randomized thing I pulled is whatever I pulled, but it would start out at a port, and that port city would be where they would do all their base adventures, and they could gain choose a faction to belong to. There'd be some political intrigue stuff that they could go do if they wanted, or kind of different things like that.
Gives lots of freedom in the campaign.
Right. So yeah, the concept is effectively your players would age, right? Your characters would age, right? So eventually they would get married or have kids or adopt or maybe not, and
Or retire.
Right, or retire or whatever, and so they would become NPCs for the next round of play, effectively. And so depending on how quickly they leveled or things like that, maybe then that would be okay, get them to a final quest point, and then maybe some of them die, maybe they had gotten married and had kids, maybe and all the things, and then you could play a character that's a descendant, or maybe you idolized one of them or whatever. Just kind of keep that going like that for a while. So yeah, so that's one. Another one is a post-apocalyptic kind of thing. Just a variant of Gamma World, which was originally D&D's answer to Shadowrun, basically, in my opinion. And it plays very much as if you were playing Fallout, the Fallout games.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's been fun having like all this like creativity, like starting to come back to me. Like I'm actually getting rest and I'm actually getting interested in stuff again.
I'm
Yeah, for a
glad.
long time, all I could do is like I can play. But anyway, very excited.
I'm glad. There was also just right there a sufficiently dramatic music of hope as you were saying all that, and I was like, this fits perfectly.
Well, that is a nice bonus.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
All right, are we ready to watch me die?
Well, I think we're about ready to watch you die.
I have returned with more lemonade.
Where did I set the...
I'm back with no hot chocolate because we're out and I'm sad and grumpy.
That's rough, buddy.
I almost got hot chocolate last night while trick-or-treating. There was one house that had like a section for adults. You could get hot chocolate, but I decided not to because it was the kind of hot chocolate you make with water and a packet, and I didn't feel like water or hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You're too good for our hot chocolate, Maury.
No, it's just like you have to have the perfect ratio, and I forget what the ratio is that you're supposed to use for the water hot chocolate to make it not watery, make it
Yeah.
actually taste pretty good. And I didn't feel like doing that while we were
That's valid.
walking with small children who were
Mhm.
screaming, "Can I have some candy now?"
Yeah, that be how it goes sometimes. But I think we're going
Like,
to get
no,
back.
you're 2 and you've already had 4 lollipops.
You're good for the night, darling.
Can't
No
have any
more.
more candy right now.
No more candy for the night, darling. That's all right. I feel like I could do well in ASMR. Anywho, back to murder. Let's see. Boop, boop, close that tab, close that tab. I need to change. I love this song. I love this song so much. Called Faltering Prayer from Nier Automata. It's so good. Plays in the cathedral of a castle, if I remember correctly. But,
This sounds like a Lord of the Rings song.
yeah, it fits really well. But, we need to move on to Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
I think everyone's here. From the sounds of it, I think I heard everyone talk. I don't think I need the nightmare picture up. People have got enough nightmare imagery.
Do we have Jack?
Jack, do we
Yeah.
have you? Oh, we do have
Cool.
you. Do we have Chris?
Yeah.
Well, what would you like to do, Chris? What would you like to do as Garant?
All right. Well, Asuka, you really got to get past her. Come on, look your sister. She's getting grabbed. And I will. So if I'm grappled, my speed is presumably 0.
Yep.
I am. Okay. So. Am I restrained as well, or just grappled?
Grappled. Just grappled.
Okay. Then I will click the advantage, cast on Feral Yori to hopefully get rid of Feral Yori for hopefully good murders. Yes. And from there, I will then use my bonus action, and
As you strike the younger version, she rolls off to the side, begins to, not in the way that Grim fade away with the ashes off in the distance, she begins to fade like you'd see, like in a movie. She's just kind of slowly becoming more transparent before, over a few 5-6 seconds, she disappears.
Okay. And then I will fire my other shot of eldritchy goodness. Do I think that I could aim at the tether that's got a sister? Do I think that that's something I can feasibly do? Is it even possible, or is that not an option?
Yes, it does sound like something you could do.
All right, then I'm going to use my inspiration to attempt to do so. Hooray for 4. And here we go.
All right, that hits.
Hit.
That will hit. You're going to do half damage to the creature, and it is going to let Henry go.
Alright.
As you shoot the burst that actually breaks through several of the vines holding her as she slips and lands on the ground.
Okay, so you're just going to like add whatever the halfback. I
Yeah,
guess?
I'll add the halfback. I'll teach y'all how to do half damage later. It's not something to worry about right now.
Alright.
12 damage. All right, so it'll gain 6 back. As it doesn't really scream, but it seems to flail around wildly in reaction.
All right. And hurry up! I've got a loose at the moment.
All right, Asuka is going to actually steps over for a moment, kneeling down as the younger version goes transparent and eventually disappears. It's okay. I know what you were trying to do. Before she turns, drops her sheath on the ground, drops her sheath to her side, and dashes forward. Jumping up toward the creature, she is going to make 2 attacks. First one hits with a 19 as she comes upward, slashing toward it. Going to deal quite a bit of damage. It deals 28 total damage. In the air, there's a moment where she almost seems to pause. Everything goes still for a moment, and then there is a flash of another strike as she comes back down. This one unfortunately misses. As she floats in the air for a moment, the vines actually swing toward her, and she has to bring down the sword to block them as they send her back a few feet in the air. You will take no one else. That is her turn. Jackie the Jackal. Beowulf 13. Beowulf 13 is going to roll a d20 to see whether or not it goes with the pack or if it goes off to the little cat off to the side. It is going to go off to the little cat.
Thicket in the thickets.
To thicket in the thickets. As it dashes toward the thicket in the thickets. And it's going
Sounds
to...
like a kid's book.
Let's actually put you on the proper space and put it on the proper space as well. As it is going to make a bite attack as it runs up to you. Thickception. Rolls a total of 16, so that hits as it bites into you. Dealing... Oh, it had a good roll. 16 total points of damage. Maintain control of the storm. You're going to make a strength save. You succeed. Beowulf 21 is going to make the similar type of check. If it rolls high enough, it'll go after Thicket. If it won't, then it will go... Alright, it's going to go after Thicket. Roll the attack. The music is intense. It hits. Deals 11 points of damage. You have like 1 pixel of health left on that bar. Holy goodness. What are you at? Yeah, you have 1 health. Literally 1 health. Oof. This one is going to go with the pack as it runs and tries to leap into the air to try to strike Gambit. Athletics check.
Don't worry, guys. I have a backup character.
Is it the big one?
No, it's one of the small ones.
Okay.
Tries to leap up. It actually does well. It's going to make an attack against you. It may miss, but it at least gets to make the attack. It is going to roll a 13 and miss as it tries to bite toward you, but still getting used to the wings. You manage to shift out to the side and actually kick it down, smacking it in the face as it lands down below you. Doug. You hear the sounds of gnashing and biting around toward where Thick and the others are. Gambit, you're on deck.
You could probably hear Gambit screaming too.
You can hear Gambit yelling and running there. You can definitely see Thicket looking bad. His aura flickering as he is being ganged up on by two of these wolves.
Oh, I forgot I was muted. I was saying Doug is going to run around the corner. He sees Thicket down there in need of help. Where is the radius circle for the dawn?
Right there.
Because I was going to move it to where now. Does it hit everything in its path?
I believe it does hit everything in its radius, yes.
Oh, well, in that case, Doug can't walk through the thing.
No.
And could he maneuver it in a way to where 60 feet would kind of bring it around the bush into the underside to where it can at least get the 2 by Thicket, if not the one below Thicket?
You can only move it up to 60 feet.
Right. So kind of do like a U shape.
There's not really a place you can put it where it would avoid hitting Thicket.
In that case, can I just have it curve around that tree in the road as much as the 60 feet will allow?
You mean just like kind of have it move over here for the second?
Yeah, kind of like
again later.
Kind of go around in a circle.
Okay, so for the moment it's gonna hang out over here on the road, far enough away to not hurt anyone, but not so far away you can't use it. Anything else Doug wants to do?
So it's a bonus action to move it, correct?
I don't know, what's the sound thing?
I gotta pull it back up. Fantasy Grounds for some reason went away. Let's see, what does it say? As a bonus action. Yes. Okay, so I guess for his regular action, can he like, let's see if he has, I don't know why his darts, oh, he has one dagger. He's just gonna chunk the one dagger at well, how far is he?
35 feet, assuming you're talking about Beowulf 21.
Yeah, and he's just gonna kind of chunk it and say, hey, over here.
You'll have disadvantage.
Oh, I need to put disadvantage on.
Yep. Press the dis button in the bottom left.
Gross.
It's not great, but it flies by before hitting the grass. They don't seem to realize the throw.
Well, can he? Thicket's on his last leg.
Thicket can also heal and does wild shape.
That's true. In that case, he's not gonna worry about the dagger that just hit the ground. He's done.
All right, Beowulf 41. It is going to attempt to leap up to Gambit, as that's the only thing they know to do.
Is that the big one?
No,
No.
it's a small one. Regular Beowulf, good enough to jump up to try to make an attack. Can attack hit? Attack cannot hit. Well, you made attack. Good for you. Roll the 6. And then it lands as Gambit is just dancing over these boys. Gambit, what would you like to do? So there are
Okay.
3 Beowulfs and an Alpha Beowulf.
Is Thicket on deck? Thicket is on deck.
Thicket is on deck.
Alright. How large is the circle? What's the radius for the lightning attack? Thicket's lightning attack.
5 feet.
I can reach from where I am, but it will only hit in a 5-foot radius. So like one creature and like everyone within a 5-foot radius of it.
Okay.
So like if I hit where you are, I would hit all of them.
Okay.
So don't be there.
Ban.
But I'm not gonna do that.
No, just Gambit. Don't be there.
I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold transposition with the scarecrow.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm going to have Thicket count down from 3 and then use your lightning attack. And then as soon as I hear
1, you're going to transpose. You're going to
I'm going to
transposition.
transposition and Thicket will fire.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Beowulf 22 is going to try to leap up to you. As I've decided they can leap real high.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to your transposition?
That one failed.
It's my
Semblance, so HD.
it's my semblance. I can't do enemies yet. I will at a certain point.
So
and
far,
like I can't do anything that's like bigger than me.
Is there a distance?
60 feet.
Oh. I was gonna say the higher you get, like maybe the scarecrow could do some like falling damage.
No, it's about to
No.
get
if you get much
disintegrated.
farther, it's also going to be too far if you get much farther. Thicket, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, he's a little frazzled.
Having been bitten
And that kind of-
multiple times.
Gambit gave him an entirely new plan that he was not planning on for this turn.
All right. Also, Maverick is up next.
But-
You're hearing yells and screams from the opposite
We
side.
adapt and overcome. So he's gonna do a level 3 healing word on himself.
Yeah, fair. Nice 3d4 plus 5. Love
So
it.
let's see. Target myself for that. And then I added my mouse so I can make it another level. There we go.
Total of
Nice.
14 health back.
That's good.
We might survive this round. And call I'm gonna yell, okay! 1, 2, 3!
Position.
So I need you to target, assuming you're targeting that space, I believe the 5-foot radius. I don't know why it's giving 20-foot radius for that. It's clearly 5 feet. Go.
Did I get all of them?
You can get all but Beowulf 22. That one's just a little too far away, but you can get the other 3, I'd say.
Okay, so
I could maybe make an argument for not Beowulf 41 either, but this is a fun idea, so the other 3. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, 1 fails, the other 2 succeed, but you can still roll damage.
of course it was Beowulf 41.
Of course. As the lightning strikes, dealing 14 damage to the Alpha and to Beowulf 34 and full 28 damage to 41 is the right where that was. As the lightning is called down, Gambit disappears in this. How does benign transposition look? I forget. Is it just a flash and he's gone? Well, Jocelyn died.
It is a flash and she's gone.
Apparently so. You back, Jocelyn?
I think so.
Okay. How does
what-
benign transposition look? Is it just a flash and he's gone?
Yeah.
There's
It's
just a moment
kind of
that
a very-
flashes.
Lightning bolts him out of existence.
The lightning
and he
bolt strikes
ends up
down.
where the scarecrow
A
is.
scarecrow appears and is instantly
Mhm.
shattered and destroyed as the lightning strikes, striking into these 3 creatures as it bursts around it, dealing quite a bit of damage to 41, but not as much to the other 2 as
think
they
if
look
you-
around.
Give
With
it!
like a frame by frame like shot of it, he like glitches out.
There's just a frame where he's not there, and then there's a frame where there's a scarecrow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hit Gambit!
It's okay. I'm okay.
No!
Is there anything else Thicket would like to do?
I'm
I-
coming for you, Thicket. Hang
He can't
on.
really
I'm
do
coming.
much else.
There, it's Maverick's turn. You're hearing yells and lightning from the opposite side. And then it is Anavo's turn.
Back to you, Maury, if you're muted.
What?
It's Maverick's turn currently.
Oh, I thought you said it's Anavo's turn. You're saying
But
Anavo's
it's Anavo's turn.
Anavo is
next,
on
yeah.
deck. Yeah, Anavo's on deck.
Okay,
It's
okay,
currently
sorry.
Maverick's turn. What would
Okay,
Maverick like to
alright.
do?
I mean, I guess he's gonna perceive again. I mean, this is just not the fight for Maverick. This is not how he likes to do things. This is a weird.
Would you like to
situation.
try to get around to the other side, or are you going to stay over here for now?
Might as well keep seeing. I mean, you know, who knows that those are just the
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 decoys?
fodder. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Like he hears danger, but
All right.
nope. Clearly everything's fine.
Yeah, you don't see anything on this side. Anavo.
All right. Well, he's readying action for arrows at whatever comes his way. Dangers.
All right, Anavo. Maury, what would Anavo like to do?
Right, sorry. So there's nothing that he could see currently coming from where he is, correct?
Correct.
He's gonna go over to Thicket and try and take care of the Beowulfs there.
He has enough movement. Fun. He's also going to move through Beowulf 21 as he
21.
goes. As he slips past without touching Doug, moving forward. I'll go ahead and drag the damage from Fire Form onto 21. Deals, that should have been -4, so it should have been 4 points of damage, and then damage over time, 1d10. Go.
Um,
Who would he like to attack?
well, since 21 is currently already on fire right now.
I'd also like to note, I don't think Thicket comes up to a Navo's kneecap.
When does he ever come up to people's kneecaps?
This is fair.
So considering he just hit 21 just by walking there, he's probably, I'm gonna have him attack 13.
All right.
So,
Make the attacks.
oof.
Oh. Off the
First
19.
one misses as he tries and fails to strike into it as it steps out. You also had a -4 in the attack roll. which
Oh,
should-
sorry.
Yeah,
That
it
was I was preparing for damage,
but also
but
it was,
it was still in that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, it strikes into the ground as the Beowulf steps off to the side. Second attack.
Oh, right, there's 2. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I guess that's it.
Well, I guess that's the turn. No, there's still things. Oh, all right.
Now
roll
I
damage.
do -4.
Yes, -4. Roll damage, and this will also light Beowulf 13 on fire. All right, 5 points of damage. I'm gonna add the fire effect to him. Bonk. Taking some damage. It is the Alpha Beowulf, as that's what it's called. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It is its turn. It is going to make a perception check with advantage. Actually, does it even need to make a check? Yeah, I'll make it make one anyway, just because it's fun. As it steps around and comes up to you, Gambit.
Again.
It's towering wolf figure that's now actually in reach of you. It's going to make 2
Okay,
bite/claw attacks. Yes.
Dodge.
Okay, you're gonna uncanny dodge the first one, assuming it hits. That is going to be a hit. I'll mark half on this side.
I have a feeling Gambit's about to go down.
You take 6 points of damage from that attack. The second bite attack is a nat 1. This time, as he
Nice.
brings down, you manage to roll through the grass as he strikes with one claw, crushing down into the ground. You actually feel a crack as it hits the stone and breaks part of it. That's the Alpha Beowulf's turn. Garand, you're going to be on deck. As Enri is going to run up to her mother, who is going to take her and is going to run 30 feet. Dashing, but also carrying someone to slow her down. Trying to get as far as she can. It's gonna be okay, darling. It's gonna be okay.
Through the dream where a nightmare's stalking you. Time to run away before it tries to eat us.
It is going to turn its focus to y'all and is going to make a vine strike against Asuka first. Going to roll a 2. It is then going to make a hurl attack at Asuka using Garand. It hits. Garand,
Let's go ahead and try to.
you're gonna are you gonna try to silvery barbs?
Yep.
All right. I assume you're giving yourself advantage again. Have you
Yeah.
been? Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been using this advantage on yourself the whole time, not on Asuka or Yori.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll
Yeah,
roll again. See if it can hit. You're still
I
being.
feel like I've got to. I
but-
feel like she can carry her own weight, so I got to try to carry mine.
Yep, unfortunately it does hit, so it's going to target both of you, and both of you are going to take half of this damage as you are being thrown on into her.
Sure.
Because I thought that was a fun mechanic when I was making this monster.
No, this thing's horrible. I love it.
Let's see, it rolls a total of 18 damage, reduced to 9 to you and 4 to her because she resists, as you're both knocked back a couple of feet. You are no longer grappled. You maintain your concentration. Right, that is its turn. Unfortunately, it doesn't have anything else it can really do. It is your turn now.
All right.
As you stand up.
Yeah, I am upcasting. Oh, I think you have it set at 5d6. I think you already have it. You already buffed this one to 2 because that's good. All right, so
yeah, anything that's meant to be cast at 2 because they're warlock spells should already be set to upcast.
Perfect. All right. Come on, 20s. Come on, 20s.
Casting Guiding Bolt.
Yeah.
That's a hit. Not a 20, but it's a hit. Whoo! That's a really high damage roll. That's 27 points of damage. As it begins to glow, as there's the whipping of all these vines around, striking around, actually cracking the rock underneath it, as it seems to be trying to move, albeit fairly slowly. It doesn't look like this thing has a ton of movement, to be efficient with wording. Asuka stands up. Let's finish this. Dashes forward, is going to make her first attack with advantage as she jumps upward. Oh, you bonus action healing lighted yourself?
Yeah, I'm saving one more for her if she needs it, or for me in a bad situation.
Fair, but currently she's doing pretty alright. She's at one... I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but she's doing alright.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she can carry herself. It's just, I need to be able to try to carry myself.
Please get a crit. She's yet to get a crit with her weapon that does extra stuff on crit. First, does big hit. Let me make sure the thing that does extra damage once per turn is on, because she has one of those. As she jumps up, it's going to deal the first strike. Does a total of 27 points of damage.
Nice.
And then the second attack, please hit. Anything I can have any reaction thing. You can reckless attack. She's gonna reckless attack. She wants to hit this thing. Even though technically I'm supposed to say it before I roll, it's fine. She still misses. Well, that's what I get for trying to break the rule. Unfortunately. And she does not have... Yeah, she doesn't have any kind of action surge. Well, she wanted to kill it this turn. That didn't happen. But it's very hurt. It's actually looking like it's rather frantic. Beowulf 13 is going to take some damage. Is going to make a wisdom check to see if it should attack.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
Nope.
Hold on a second. Her first roll, you could roll to see if that was a crit, because I did hit it. So the next one to attack her, I forgot to put that on.
It had advantage. No, I had given her advantage. She rolled a 17 and a 9. Yeah.
On the first attack? Okay.
Yeah, I'd rolled with advantage.
Okay.
So no worries on that respect. The Beowulf 13 is going to be smart enough to attack the tiny cat that's shooting lightning. And it's going to miss the tiny cat that's shooting lightning. Beowulf 21 is going to make its own check as it takes 6 points of fire damage. It's smart enough to attack the cat, apparently. Apparently they're all smart enough to attack the cat. This one does hit the cat. As he bites down toward you. Did I just accidentally roll it against? Thicket is unconscious as it bites down, piercing into him as he falls off to the side as his aura shatters. Unconscious.
No.
Beowulf 34 is going to dash over to Gambit and is going to make an attack. Hits.
Oh no.
Deals 13 points of damage.
I think this is the first time Thicket's ever gone unconscious.
I think so. Doug, it's your turn. You've seen Thicket go unconscious just now. And Gambit's not looking great over there either.
Where is my? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to move closer. So I will move.
As the lightning is no longer under Thicket's control.
That's 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm going to go ahead and just swing at this guy first.
All right.
Um.
Nat 20, that crits.
Woo, let's go.
Should be using my hero points because I haven't used them yet.
As you slash down, you come over. As it's leaning down toward Thicket, you slice from behind, slicing through its neck, decapitating the creature. As it dissolves from the light of the sword.
Okay, since I don't have any more movement, I'm just going to point at Beowulf 13 and say, like, you're next. For a bonus action, actually, I think I can get it with a bonus action, right?
You bonus action, make your echo over near him, yeah.
Well, I meant more of like moving the dawn.
Potentially, let's see. So the dawn was up here. So you have 60 feet that you could potentially move it.
Is there a way I can move it like towards Gambit but get Beowulf 13 along the way?
Let's see. So we're looking for a 30-foot sphere. So you will hit a Navo. You
So, like,
get
can I-
Beowulf 13.
Can I like curve it and then make it go straight down so it doesn't hit a Navu? Does that make sense? Or does it have to stop in a
It
specific
has to
area?
stop at a point, yeah.
Oh.
So
well,
you could get it closer toward Gambit, but you couldn't get quite on them, but you could get far enough to hit the Beowulf.
So I can't get it quite to anyone near Gambit, but I could hit the Beowulf.
Yeah. You would hit a Navo, but whether or not a Navo cares is up to him, I guess.
Is Thicket safe though?
Thicket would be safe from it.
A Navo's just really huge.
I do believe a creature has to end their turn in the area. It's worth noting. Yeah.
Like if I had to move it there?
Yeah, I think it's still a creature has to end their turn in the area. I think only the initial blast hits everything there, and then everything after is just whoever ends their turn there. You can still put it there, and if the wolf is still there at the end of its turn, it will get hit.
Oh. Then yeah, we'll just put it there.
Or you could move it 60 feet and full 60 feet and get closer to where Gambit is.
Yeah, let's try that.
You could get it all the way to here.
Yeah.
Assuming you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, whenever I click on the other window to make sure it shows up on stream, it disappears.
Yep.
Okay, in that case, for the moment, it'll be here as the entire thing moves over and is going to be able to hit 41 and 22 if they end their turn in the area. The area, for the record, it was here. Barely does not include right next to Gambit, but it's a big area. Potentially could continue to move it next time.
And
Okay.
I'll just
Yeah.
Gambit just to be like, see if you can just move just slightly up and to the right.
Okay, gotta be. Yeah, no, never mind.
Bite.
No. He's going down.
The hit.
Ah! Oh,
It is your turn. I think
Oh.
you have 1 health left.
it's my turn.
It is.
Disengage.
That's the smart decision. Where would you like to fly? And is it 60 feet straight in the air?
Yeah, move towards the center of the dawn. But
How
just
tall
go
is the dawn?
It's 40 feet tall.
Where is it?
Dawn is currently, assuming you can see what I'm about to make, roughly
Okay,
that
there.
area.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna move up to where they can't reach him, and then he's gonna move over here.
So if you're moving 45 feet up to make sure you don't get hit by the dawn, you'd probably only make it to there.
45 feet? Am I trying to not get hit by the dawn? Will the dawn hurt me?
The dawn will hurt you if you
Okay,
go.
then never mind. Then
Cool.
why? Okay.
But you can get above it. I think he's trying to get you to lead them into it.
Oh, I see.
Because they're not smart
Okay.
enough to realize don't stand in the light.
But they can't. I'm up to where they can't reach me.
You
right?
are up 45 feet. Unless they've got a crossbow, you're probably okay.
What about the big one?
Does he have a crossbow?
Okay. Just checking. Just checking.
She's
Okay.
worried. She's worried. I get
Hey,
it.
I
I've
understand
got
being worried.
1 HP left.
This is fair. I love that that's happened twice today.
That is pretty awesome.
Anywho, Beowulf 22.
Wait. Do I have more?
I believe that was your
No, that was all.
action, bonus action movement. It is going to
Yeah.
run underneath you, being too stupid to do anything. Go ahead and roll the save for the dawn at it. Thicket is up next, which means you're going to make a death save.
No.
Yay! First death save.
Yay.
First ever death save for Thicket.
Woo!
It nat 20, so it will take half damage, I believe, but go ahead and roll the... It should do half damage. Let me double check. What does dawn do? How does dawn work? Yep, takes half damage. Go ahead and roll the damage. Takes some 4d10 radiant. Takes 9 points of damage as the light burns beneath it, and it growls and yelps in pain. Thicket. Roll the death saving throw. You know how to do that?
Yippee! I think so.
Okay, it's on your main page. Click the death save. 1 success.
Woo!
It's a fun fact, you have a 55% of success on death saves.
Yay!
Maverick.
And a 5% chance that turns you back alive.
And a 5% chance that you take 2 death save fails.
That's true.
What is Maverick going to do? He's going to continue to look over there? Is he going to head to the other side of the building, or what? Whatever you choose to do.
Over here. He's gonna move over here 15 and see how Jackie's doing. Everything looks okay in there?
She looks concerned, but the 3 people are still sitting at the... Actually, it's a fair point. The 3 people still sitting at the table are all eyes closed, same position. Yugoro is standing off to the side looking concerned. Claude is standing without any way to read his emotions on account of being a gemstone. Jackie looks concerned. And you see the energy that is pouring from the small girl's chest, the aura-like energy up to the Dreamcatcher, is swirling faster than it was before.
Okay, can he try an Arcana to see if he understands what's happening? Oh wait, that's me. Hold on. And I'm gonna use one of his hero points because he was maxed and he's not getting to do much. So might
Fair.
as well. Oh, how's them apples?
So, oddly enough, he actually recognizes quite a bit of this. He can pretty easily tell that the Dreamcatcher is not quite a magical item, but is effectively a focus and relic for a ritual. This ritual seems to be some kind of ritual to go into a person's subconscious and draw out whatever is inside, in this case, a Grim. Based on the swirling, it looks like the drawing out is coming to a head, and the ritual will end very soon as he actually can spot with the arcane bits of black energy being pulled up along with the aura seemingly being pulled and forced out. As it does seem the ritual's working quite well. Whatever they're doing on the inside is working out.
All right, we'll go team. And then he's just going to come back over here. And then that means that everything's been going so successfully. So he's just going to keep
I know, it's so quiet on
doing
this
his
side.
thing. He's on guard. He's doing everything's great. Nothing bad is happening to anybody right now.
It's a Navo's turn.
That ever happens to the Kennedys.
Okay. He's gonna step on the Beowulf.
Step on the Beowulf and then make 2 touch attacks.
Yeah.
Understandable.
That's delightful.
Let me see here.
Go ahead and do the step on Beowulf damage. It's the flat D10 minus.
I forgot to do minus.
That's okay. I'll fix it on this side.
So it's essentially 0.
1, minimum 1.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunate, but I mean, hey, 1 damage is better than 0 damage.
Okay. And then touch attacks.
First one. Come on, my guy. I've narrated you in such a cool way. Could you stop failing your rolls? There you go, you hit.
Minus 4. I accidentally targeted Navo.
Well, considering he's immune to fire,
Yeah.
he took none of it. Go ahead and roll it again
There we go.
on the Beowulf. Dealt 9 points of fire damage to it, rolling the same, well, not quite the same, but same amount total. As he strikes into it as it is feeling the burn, as it were. The Alpha Beowulf is going to make an intelligence check, because it's smarter than the other wolves. Not smart enough, apparently, as it is going to... It's smart enough to realize it can't go up, but it is still going to end its turn inside of the light. So go ahead and throw the Dawn attack at him. Or the save for Dawn. As he appears to be heading toward you all. He rolls a failure. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oops.
Go ahead and roll it again against him specifically.
Well, that's
Oh.
rough because that's high damage.
It is
Mhm.
pretty solid damage, above average.
Nope.
Oh,
So
feel-
sad.
yeah, that's rough, buddy. I kind of feel bad, but I also kind of don't. I don't know.
You should feel super duper bad.
Oh, darn. Well, back up to the child and her mother running away. They're functionally going into the forest now. And the nightmare is going to attack. It is going to make 1 attack against each of you. First one against Yori. It's going to hit. Deal 11 points of damage to her. Actually 6, because she resists. Going to roll against Garand. That hits. Anything you're gonna do?
No.
You're gonna
Sorry,
disadvantage?
Bars. Yeah.
Alright.
Homeboy's tapping me out, man.
Yeah, and he's hitting anyway.
well. Yeah, I figured.
He's got a high to hit on the vines. He's got a less high to
Yeah,
hit
it's
on the
fine.
hurl. Take 15 points of damage as it pierces into you. Unfortunately, you drop brine.
All right.
But it is now your turn.
All right. Well, I'm grabbed but not restrained.
You are.
Okay. All right. Well, I will still have the advantage, and even with the not as good, I'll be missing a D6. I'm still gonna be guiding bolting.
All right. Are you going to with advantage? That hits. Roll damage.
Oof.
Deals. Come on, load on my side. How much damage
Oh,
is
I
that
got
doing?
him.
16
okay.
points of
I got him.
damage.
I got him. I see it.
Need to fix this thing on my end. As you strike into it, this burst of light, you fire it directly into the reddish eye. As you see, the nightmare begins to meld into the shadows of the rocks and begins to disappear. But at the last moment, the bolt strikes true into it. It screeches out in pain as it pierces through and then explodes in a dazzling gleam of light. As it does so, you see over the next few moments, maybe a full second, maybe slightly longer, the dream around you shatters. Your eyes open, and you are at the table, still hurt, still missing your aura. And as you quickly come out of it, you take a moment, but you see incredibly quickly, Yori moves, grabbing the dream catcher, whipping it around, as you see coming up through the vortex of energy. There is this small, almost worm-like flying creature that you recognize as a very small version of the body of the nightmare. No vines,
okay.
just a little worm-like thing. As she whips it around, it gets caught in the net of the dreamcatcher, and she slams it downward over top of a vase of the jar she'd set to the side. As it falls in, she claps the top shut. Good. We need to help the others if we can. Can't imagine it's been easy out here.
All right. I can Jackie yip yip in a happy way to alert Maverick that everything is good.
All right. Jackie will yip yip, and it is going to be Beowulf 13's turn. Question is what it chooses to do here, and I am not sure, so I'm going to roll D8.
Does it take damage from the fire?
It does. It's going to take some damage. Looks like the DMGO didn't work properly. So I will roll a D10 and check. It is going to take 3 points of damage because of the -4, bringing it down to a certain amount of health. I'm going to roll a thing to see whether it attacks Thicket, Doug, or Navo. It is going to attack a Navo as it turns toward the flame and tries to bite into the ashen hand. It fails as it tries to bite in, and Navo seems to just take it as it bites down on its hand. What he does with it, we'll see when it gets to his turn. Beowulf 34 is going to be stupid and is going to try to attack a Gambit. I need you to roll the Dawn attack, Doug.
Yeah. On which one?
On Beowulf 34. Also going to delete the Enri and Yoko tokens because they aren't really needed anymore. I'm also going to close the forest clearing. There we go. It rolled a 6. That's not a success. That's a failure. Roll it at it again.
You mean roll to save?
Yeah, roll the save at it again. I'm going to give it a -20. Make sure it fails properly. Because it should have failed, and I just haven't fixed the thing yet. I don't care if you do it again. It nat 20. Even with a minus 20, that doesn't do anything. There we go. Now you can do it. Now you can roll the damage. Thought it wasn't supposed to auto success.
Yeah!
18 points of damage as the light strikes through it. It roars in pain as it is burned away by the radiant light. Garand, you just took your turn, so even though you're technically down here, you don't get your next one. Doug.
Okay. Doug, realizing Thicket might have some good berries. And
We needed to ask you about that, actually.
You should have...
Because here's the thing. We don't really know necessarily if Thicket would have shared the extra good berries with the merchants that we traveled with.
Do you think he would have?
He would have if they wanted any.
Because I'm gonna be real, I think he would have.
Yeah.
wait, I need them.
But the question is, would they even want them?
Probably.
Okay.
Well,
If just for the novelty. But if you make a medicine check, you could try to just stabilize him. So he's not making death saving throws.
how bad does that Beowulf near Thicket look?
Mr. Rounds isn't responding for a second, but I will tell you when I can check. It's hard to tell with Grim in general, but it's not looking great. It's taking quite a bit of damage.
Okay, because I know there's this big one charging this direction.
You also have a potion of healing.
I do, don't I?
You do.
Uh,
I'm not saying you have to use it. You could save it. It's up to you. But you do have one, just so you have all your options on the table.
Yeah. Where is the radius, the cone, or the cone? Because if like that Beowulf is like right on the inside of it, I think Doug might just try to keep it there.
Should be right about... Hard to tell because the thing is messing up a little bit.
Because I know it was in the area to at least affect that Beowulf 34 that just died.
Should be right. I think it was there. It's being finicky with me, but it should be there.
Well, I mean, I think Doug, character-wise, would like care more about Thicket than the fight. One, because he's not raging, and then two, just because that's him in general. He's going to use the potion on Thicket.
All right. Roll 2d4 plus 2.
So mark this down to 0. And then 2d4, you said plus 2?
Yep.
So, why? There we go. So 6.
6 total. All right. I'm going to up your HP to 6, Thicket. As you wake up, as Doug pours a small potion of healing down your throat. It tastes like raspberry.
Well.
And then,
That is your action.
Yep. And then bonus action, I'm going to move the Dawn like right under Anavo, just to keep some things at bay, maybe.
right. So
Oh, and then Doug, while Doug is doing this, he's going to mention to Thicket, like, hey, can you tell Anavo not to stand, like, not to go any further, but to let the Beowulf come to him or them?
Yeah, sure.
okay, so it is covering that area roughly. And that is Doug's turn, I believe. Beowulf 41 is going to, now that it's moved, is going to be jumping at Gambit and not be affected. It's going to make an intelligence check to see if it realizes that there are other enemies that it can potentially reach. In a moment of clarity, unseen by any Beowulf, it realizes not only that Gambit is up there, but that there is a large glowing light that could cause him physical harm, and he is going to dash through the golden light without taking the time to get properly harmed by it, and is going to arrive over here. In a moment of awareness, unknown to any Beowulf before.
Did it roll like a nat 20?
It rolled a nat 19.
Oh.
Not quite a 20, but it was enough for me to go, dang, this guy's the smartest Beowulf in a while. Because they have a basic intelligence of 3, so, yeah.
Ooh.
Gambit. Like the Alpha Beowulf has a much higher intelligence of 8.
Are there there's that one guy here.
Yep. One stupid little
Is
nugget
he-
trying to attack you
is
from
he-
below.
Bloodied?
He's
Or
hurt.
is he very hurt?
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to
You
tell.
could make a medicine check, I guess, to try and figure it
No.
out.
No. I don't care that much about it.
Okay. Doesn't matter enough. Stab. Or rather, sling, I
Well,
guess.
how long is this dawn gonna be here?
It lasts a minute, doesn't it? Or does it last an hour?
A minute. So I think, what, 7 more rounds?
6? 6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
You are currently on round 8. This entire event has taken less than a minute. Not by much.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Gambit is going to slingshot my dude, the big guy, walking towards his friends.
All right.
And he's going to try to instigate it to come back towards him. See if he can get it to turn around and bring its focus away from his friends.
All right. Make the attack with the sling bullet. It will not be sneak attack. Are you doing the +1 bullet or are you doing a regular bullet?
Yes. We're doing the
Alright.
magic bullet.
It's already set for the magical attack. Oh,
Okay, magic bullet.
don't crash, OBS. Don't
And I
crash on me.
do the
Sling.
wonder why the sling is +8.
Because it has your attack and your dex +1. Or your proficiency plus dex +1, which is a total of 8. Your proficiency plus dex is 7. So the +1 brings it up to 8. That hits. Roll damage. 1d4 plus 5. That should not have been resisted. Oh, that's because you rolled the dart damage.
Oh no.
Just
whoops.
roll it again. Just roll the magical sling damage. That will fix his HP.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you rolled the wrong
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, I see.
There we go. That does full 8 damage. As it strikes into his shoulder, his right shoulder, he looks back at you, And
Come
then
back over
continues.
here! No!
And then he turns back toward Anavo. Any movement or anything you want to do?
Nope.
Okie doke. Beowulf 22 is going to make an intelligence check to see if he's stupid.
Fail.
See if he's stupid.
Be stupid.
Because if he's gonna be stupid, he's literally just gonna stay there and keep attacking the air. He's stupid.
stupid.
He's gonna stand there and
Yes!
continue to try and jump up in the light flames and get hit by Dawn again.
Wait, I'm the moth. I'm supposed to be the one doing that, not you.
The save did not roll. There you go. Let's see. He did succeed legitimately on that one, so he's gonna take half damage.
Seven.
17, alright. Or 8 total. Alright, that's his turn. Thicket, you're conscious but hurt on the ground. There are 2 wolves near you, and there's another big wolf that Anavos is standing between you and.
Gift.
Okay. I think I want to use Banner of Stars and hit Beowulf 13.
Remind me how the physical attack version of that works, because we haven't done that yet.
Let me see.
Let's see. Concentrate.
You can hit a creature, and the creature is teleported 15 feet away from its location to an unoccupied space the wielder can see. The weapon deals an additional 1d8 force damage on a hit, and if it isn't already a magic weapon, it becomes one for the duration.
Alright, so I guess I should add the quarterstaff to your attacks. I need to actually do that, and then I need to actually do the other effect, Banner of Stars. So...
Wait, so could someone wield the
Yes.
Yeah.
the weapon? Okay. Well, we're gonna need to remember that, because it would be super helpful if...
I pressed the wrong thing and
What?
accidentally deleted it from your sheet.
it-
Yeah, I was like, Banner of Stars just disappeared.
Yeah. If Gambit had a
Has to be
magic
a
weapon
staff.
on his Gadigan. so
I'm
that
pretty
it
sure
can
it
do
has to
damage.
be some kind of staff-like weapon.
Oh, never
I'll double
mind.
check, but I'm pretty sure it has to be like a quarterstaff, javelin, pike.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Fantasy Grounds, no freaking out.
Okay. Target Beowulf 13.
And make an attack roll
What?
with the cat's claws, because you would not have the shillelagh benefits. So it'd be functionally the same
What
as the
happened
cat's
to-
claws.
The Banner of Stars damage.
I'm fixing it because it just says a 1d8 where it's supposed to be a DMG 1d8. It's supposed to have an effect rather than just a flat out damage. Okay, there you go. I also need to remove prone from you so you don't have disadvantage on the attack. There you go.
Okay. So first you put Banner of Stars on myself.
Also, the DMG 1d8 radiant on yourself. Suppose since it is magic. What weapon are you doing this to?
I don't think it lets me have both of them at once, does it?
It does.
Both effects?
Yeah.
Because it
they're on
doesn't
you.
say concentration. Oh, wait, never mind, it does. I can't see.
It probably would have been smart of me to make them one effect
Okay.
instead of two, but I didn't do that. I'll fix
We
it
can
later.
fix that later.
Yeah, not a worry tonight.
Okay.
Got a staff, so just make a cat's claws attack. For simplicity. The regular cat's claw, not the shillelagh.
I did click that.
Do not see it rolled on the thing. Unless I'm lagging, which is possible,
Do I have
but
to drag it over?
maybe. Might be having a tough time for some reason. Hits! Go ahead and roll it. It should do the 1d8 radiant and everything. It stands up, brings down the staff, bonks it straight on the top of its head. And where does it teleport to?
Teleport it closer towards the Alpha Beowulf.
Alright, so he will... It's up to 30 feet away?
15.
Teleports to the other side of the fence in a glitter of starlight.
All right, and then I'm gonna use feline agility to, like,
Go far away.
yeah,
Understandable.
like over here or something.
You might when I get behind Doug or something.
You have another 15 feet of movement, I believe, from the getting up from... No, the getting up from prone. Yeah, you'd have another 15 feet of movement, I think. You want to go further? It's up to you.
Let's see.
Maverick is on deck. We can skip over him if you'd like, since he seems content over there.
I don't know where to go.
I mean, I think Maverick, finding out, hearing the happy yip yips, would come and check and see that things are going well. And
See at the
he'll be
window.
like, yeah, and he'll be like, man, everything's going great. This is the best place to defend.
Could
we
I
don't
have-
need anything. I'm doing so great, and everybody else must be too.
Could I have actually gone up here instead?
Yes. All right, Claude. Oh, you're back. Lovely. I wasn't worried though at all. I was certain you would all make it back without issue. That's Maverick. What will Anavo do?
If you're conscious again, you can tell him.
Anavo is gonna do a little walk around and step on Beowulf 41 and 13.
And then go back to where he is, I assume, so he doesn't end his turn in light.
Yeah. Or after doing the 2 attacks on 13.
Okay. Make the first attack against 13. So actually, let me roll the damage first. Let me roll the fire form damage just in case. Okay, make the first attack against 14 then. Alright. That hits. Roll damage. As he strikes into him as he moves by, the Beowulf falls to the ground and smolders away. He gets justice for his master. Alright, that's his turn. He's going to stand there outside of the light. The Alpha Beowulf is going to move forward up to Anavo. He's going to make an intelligence check. Fails. He is going to make 2 attacks against Anavo. Actually, he's going to... Oh, what's the area on that? 15-foot cone? How often do you get to make 15-foot cones? Don't you love when a 15-foot cone still wouldn't hit the person you want to hit back there? Because the guy in front of you is big. Well, I guess it's...
He can't see for the Anavo. Doesn't know I'm here.
Yeah, he can. Still, he's going to attack Anavo, who's going to resist this. Take 8 points of damage. Another attack as he slashes downward twice. Second one misses as he slashes. He did not roll enough to move out of the way, so go ahead and hit him with the Dawn.
Very nice.
Whew, 30 points of damage for a big fail. That's a lot. Let's see, how far... Yeah, she wants to blow off some steam. As she steps out. She is going to cast a spell. She is still technically raging, but she can still cast spells because she has special rage. That hits.
It might be that one type of barbars.
Technically not. It's technically because she has a special kind of spell casting, not the special kind of raging, but that's not the point. As she steps out, you see her create the flaming spear in her hand that you'd seen her somewhat use on Doug last time, but also kind of not really, because I can't remember how we ended up justifying that. And she is going to throw the Hell Spear. How much damage do you do? Why does it not list all the damage? It's supposed to do... Let's see, it's supposed to be 3d10 piercing plus 3d10 fire, not just 3d10 fire. Anyway. Yeah. As she steps out, this bolt of flame strikes through the side of its head, leaving a burned hole through its maw as it falls down and begins to cinder away. I needed that. Garand.
Alright, assuming I can do the... Nope, not, what the heck? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I can control your piece anytime I want to.
We're stuck in the Matrix.
You have to get through the door, so it'd be closer to that. To get through the door and then down the stairs.
Yeah. How far away am I? How do I do the...
Left and right click at the same time to check distances.
Alright, that's fine. I cannot brine him, but that's fine. I still can pew-pew him some lasers.
Always like a good pew-pew laser. As we now clean up before the end of the night, effectively.
Ah.
Oh,
no,
not one.
I didn't roll it on him. Hey, I didn't roll it on him, so he didn't take all that awesome damage from before, so...
That is... mess. Oh.
You know, it's fair. I did make that roll for the session. Alright. 7 points of damage to the first hit. Second one also hits. Deals 7 more points of damage. I assume you send it back 10 feet just for the funsies?
Yeah. I want, wait. Is he in the light? right there?
Oh,
Was he
that's
in
a
the
fair
light
point. He
before?
is currently in the light. By
Alright,
far.
then no, I'm not.
All right. Doug, clean up crew.
Yep. This Beowulf. Let's see.
Beowulf 41.
Okay. Okay, you're not recognizing it. There.
Oh.
You know what? I have a. Well, let me just do it one more time.
You have a second attack before you action surge. Because you've yet to action
Oh.
surge.
Well, I was going to use a hero point, but I was like, eh.
You also have to hero point before the fact, not after.
Yeah.
Would you
why I
like
was
to action surge?
You know what? I would actually just like to manifest Echo.
Okay.
Which he's way up here, but we'll move him. We'll just move him right here. And wait, the banner wasn't put down, was it? It was just used as a weapon.
It was just used as a
Yeah.
weapon.
Okay.
It's actually
never
still
mind.
a glowing staff in Thicket's hand.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. Beowulf
I was just
41.
do a little, horseplay with it, not necessarily hurt it.
It nat 20s you.
Wait, luck.
Ah, smart plan. Wherever to use luck on a nat 20 is a good one. Would you like to use a third luck or another luck? Because that was just 2 nat 20s in a row.
You know what? We have the healer out. I think I'm good.
I just love that it was like, okay, so he doesn't have it. Never mind. Still crits. Total of 26 points of damage, partially resisted down to 18, but shouldn't have been resisted. Your rage is not on, so I'm going to turn that off. And then make you take the other 8 points of damage, bringing you down to 7 HP. Oof, big Beowulf attack. Biggest Beowulf attack so far. Even the alpha did nothing compared to that. Gambit.
Yeah. Slingshot.
Magic or no?
Magic.
Magic Beowulf 22. Go ahead and slingshot. We'll bring you down to...
Oh,
Oh,
that was so
off the
close
20.
to it. No.
Oh. Unfortunately, it's hard to shoot downward while flying, and you unfortunately miss it. Beowulf 22 is going to finally realize this isn't working, and is going to
Gambit's gonna start crying.
Gambit's just crying in the storm. It's a beautiful day for rain, where no one can tell you're crying.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to move all the way to there, and then it's going to get hit by Dawn. So, nice knowing you, Beowulf 41. There's no way you're living this. Even if... Well, there's technically a chance. If he succeeds on the save and then, Well, he's dead. If he'd succeeded and it rolled low, he would have lived, maybe. But, yep, Beowulf 22 is consumed by the light. Thicket.
Blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
Let's see. I need to look at the specifics of Scorching Ray real quick.
3 beams of fire. +5 to hit. 2d6 damage.
Can it go around Doug?
No. The thing would have half cover if you're trying not to kill Doug.
Doug just got severely hit, so he might be toppled.
Can I just move this way a bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is usually the simple solution to cover is
I
walking.
didn't know if the tree would be in the way.
Yeah, those are bushes like we decided, so
Well, they're not all bushes.
that's true, but some of them are bushes. But there's no tree trunk getting in your way here. Anyway, you can throw the attack if you like. Miss!
Wow, this is an untouchable Grim
Like,
right
guys, he's
It's
literally
3 times, right?
It's 3 attacks, yeah. It's like, guys, he's literally the last one left. This is meant to be cleanup
finally.
crew. Just kill him. Roll damage.
That still did the plus the D8.
That's because it was still on you. I'll fix his HP. It would have been 9 fire, which also is reduced because it's raining, so 5 damage. And I will fix the radiant effect on you. Doke. And you can go.
Oh,
Well, this last one goes wide, actually striking into one of the tree branches, which smolders for a moment before the rain puts it out. I'm using the word smolder a lot tonight, aren't I? Claude's happy, y'all are alive. Maverick
Did you
is
watch
there.
Tangled?
No, I haven't actually in quite some time. It's Anavo's turn. You want to know what Anavo wants to do?
kill.
He wants to kill. He wants to step right here and punch it twice. Because he can't really move into it without hurting Doug. So he just wants to twice punch.
Wise punch.
I
Did
don't
that have
know.
advantage?
It did for... Oh, because for some reason it still counts as down.
Oh.
Because from when you quote-unquote knocked it out. But both rolls would have hit, so you can roll damage, and I'll fix the prone effect. Remember the -4? Poor guy is not built for rain. Yeah, even with the -4, it's enough. As he comes down, 2 hands together, and one downward hammer strike crushes the back of the Grim.
Thicket's gonna run towards Gambit.
Gambit just like slowly like sinks down and just lays down in the middle of the grass.
I'm gonna tell Doug to follow me.
But
We're
wait,
go-
no, with sinking down, going to Dawn, is Dawn still there?
Doug can release it if he wants.
Um,
Or move it.
yeah, Doug's just gonna move it in this middle area.
Just off
Just-
to the side.
Yeah, like the middle, like right below the house, like in the middle.
Pitched over there.
Doug,
Radiant-
follow me. We're doing a heal huddle.
Asuka will sheath her sword. Her horns shrink back down to where they were. Because as you saw when you came out, she had the same elongated horns and the black tassels of energy coming off of her as before. That as she sheaths her sword, they dissipate and her horns get smaller as she quietly walks back up to the door and inside. I think if y'all want to do some heals real quick, we can do that. And then we will end for tonight and pick up next week with the finishing of this storyline. This side story and the things going on with the Asukas. We will plan on you being joined by the newest member of the Messengers. And hopefully, if Ethan is able to, we'll be able to potentially see how his new stuff is looking too. So, what heals are y'all gonna do real quick?
So technically, if I do a bunch of small lunar blessings, it'll be more healing than doing a big one.
Correct.
So I'm gonna do that and just go through like all of the hit die, or at least if everyone's not at max by then.
All right.
But it would be for me, Doug, and Gambit, since I can only do 3, I believe.
You have 4 HD left. And you can only do 3 people, yeah.
Yeah. So, how do I do this?
Let's see. Do we have Lunar Blessing on your sheet yet? Did I not make that?
We have the description of it, but there's nothing for me to roll.
Darn. Why didn't I do that? 1 second. Adding effect. It's 1d8 plus what, or is it just the flat 1d8?
It's 1d8 plus half my level.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 3. There you go. Just target you all and then roll it. Ah.
So that's 1, 2, 3. Was Doug already full health on that one?
He's not at full health yet.
Oh, okay, I can't really see.
Lots of green down there, and let's see. Of all the things, y'all fought 7 Beowulfs, 1 Alpha Beowulf, 1 Bloodzealot Mantis, 2 Borbertusks, 1 Young Nightmare, and 1 Young Feral Yori.
How many times have I done Lunar Blessing right now? I can't
3.
tell.
3 so far.
3? Okay, so there's 1
Yep.
left. Do you want some, Doug? Or sorry, not Doug, Garand?
If it's some to spare, if not, I mean, I think we're probably gonna be okay. I can clear mods myself one time.
And Novo is pretty. I don't know.
And Navo will be gone in a little under an hour, regardless of
Yeah.
if you heal him or not.
Yeah.
Some of that was supposed to go to Garand. It didn't target him, I don't think. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, I'll throw it on him.
That went to Gambit and Doug. Oh, I can't tell.
I got it.
Just
This chat is so weird.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and, on that fun note, I enjoyed the combat. Hope y'all did as well. Appreciate you watching, anyone on YouTube. I hope you have a lovely night, but it's getting a little later for us, so we're going to go ahead and end the session there as far as YouTube is concerned. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Goodbye. Have a nice night.